class. You guys just picked your class, so let's go on and pick equipment. No wait, no, hit points. Yeah, let's do hit points. So, Achu, go ahead and roll
So for the
a D. Let's see, halflings D6 divided by 2, D3. I'll go ahead and roll a D3 for your halfling.
I'll do that 1 second.
And then Alpha, roll a D4 for your fighter.
damn.
What?
Okay. And yeah, Achu, the command is slash roll space 1D3.
Oh, thank you. Space 1, 2, 3.
Alright, good job. So you have 2. You have no bonus or penalty. So 2 and 2. Alright, let's see.
Perfect.
Aside from this, we're gonna move on to, let's go with random. What'd you roll for your hit points?
Yeah, 3.
A 3 of 3.
Yeah, 3, 3.
Alright, what's your adjustment? -1, right?
It's -1, so 2.
Okay. Alright, we did hit points, now we gotta do equipment. Go ahead and roll 3d6. For Achu
3d6.
and Alpha, yeah, roll 3d6.
Okay. D6. Oof.
It's a low roll. Character is pretty poor at the start.
I know.
Damn.
Oh.
Right.
Shit.
But
Fuck.
you got
You
Okay.
60
gave me your
coppers.
luck, Achu. You gave me your luck.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's more like bad luck.
Got the
Yeah.
same fucking rolls too.
Alright,
Exactly.
so-
I know.
Anyway, clothing. You both have clothing. You can mark that down if you want. The halfling will be starting with a light helmet.
Okay.
Light helmet, halflings can't carry a lot. And armor has double the bonus on halflings. Because it's large,
Alright.
or it's human sized. So a light helmet is a normal helmet on a halfling. Therefore you benefit twice as much. So it's -2 to your armor class.
Yeah, that's like full body
Damn.
armor at that point.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god.
pretty good.
So, oh my
That's
god.
the
Can
helmet.
you get heavy Gambison on a halfling?
They can't wear any large gear though, of course. Yeah, you could put a heavy gambeson on one, but... Or you can't put a heavy gambeson on one. It's too large. So,
So, a normal Gambison?
keep in mind, halflings are 60 pounds, right? So at 30 pounds, they're already like heavily encumbered, right? Or like medium. So,
Yeah.
already a light helmet is 10 pounds, right?
Oh,
Or 5 pounds on them. So, a heavy helmet would be 20 pounds. That's like
oh.
almost all they can carry. And they're probably gonna want weapons and supplies too. Also, keep in mind they have to wear
Just
clothes.
give them. Just give them a fucking heavy helmet. They get a +8 AC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
heavy helmet will be too large on them.
That's funny.
just give them a dagger. They'll just keep hitting shit. Just
I mean,
rolling down
it
the
is
hill.
pretty good protection. It does cover a good majority of their upper body since it's a heavy helmet. So it almost functions as a cuirass, right? The I guess the gorget and
Yeah.
such, right, would function almost as a cuirass because it covers nearly their entire torso. So
Yeah.
And it's 20
It
pounds
is a
of
fun
their
idea though.
total weight. Keep in mind though,
Yeah.
although they
How
the
much is it?
benefit twice
Yeah.
as much, they only deal half damage and they take or receive double damage, right? So against other small foes, they will get
But
a
they
decent
do
chance, but
become.
against large foes and
Yeah.
against extremely large foes, they'll be squished like an ant, right? So
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Oh yeah, they can grapple. They can get grappled. Makes sense.
worse than that, like again, like a man who stabs a halfling deals double damage. A giant who stabs a halfling deals times 4 damage. So they'll be popped instantly if any large creature hits them. But they are harder to hit naturally since they're smaller.
How small is small?
3 feet.
Like
2.5 foot to 3 feet.
3 feet?
Yeah,
Oh my
he's a hobbit.
god. Yeah.
Or she's a hobbit. So she's very small.
I feel like my character is gonna be a dude. I don't know why. I already have
It's
a
okay.
name and everything.
Alright. And you're gonna need a missile weapons. Halflings are extremely good with bow and arrows. I recommend you're gonna get a short bow and 20 arrows. That would be all the rest of your money for him. So
Yeah.
he's really good with a short bow. Short bow in a halfling's hands is like a long bow, naturally, because they're small.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so next is Alpha, your fighter. 60
Mm-hmm.
copper pieces, get you clothing and a gambeson too. Or not a gambeson, a light helmet. Head protection comes first. Um, After this, you're gonna get a weapon. What's your preferred weapon for this fighter?
I'll go longbow,
Can't afford it. You have 30 coppers.
30 coppers. Can I do a short bow?
Okay, that's all your money. Short bow and 20 arrows.
Okay.
Your kit is identical to a choose new character.
That's funny.
Okay,
Yeah.
almost done here. Um,
That's fine. That's fine.
Spells. Random your character starts with spells. You want 2 Dungeon Master pick spells, 1 of your choice, or 2 random spells.
Huh?
Me.
Yes, you.
I rolled a 9 and a 5. So a 9, if I'm right, then it's read magic, and a 5 is light. There you go. There's the roll. Heavy gam -5, just above that.
The boss channel?
Yeah, I just pinged the message.
Okay,
2d12, right? Yeah.
right. Okay, names. So, what do you want to name your new character?
Jeebus. Geebus.
Jeeves, I like it.
Jeebus.
Oh, what happened here? Let's see, something weird happened. There it is. Okay. Sorry, my notes got deleted for a second. I had to fix it. Let's see, so light and read magic. You said Jeebus, so G. What else?
Ebus.
B-I-S. Okay, Jeebus. That's
E
fine.
double E B
Oh,
U S.
double B. U-S.
Double E.
Wait.
No.
Double E.
So
Jeebus.
Gebus.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry, I was mishearing. Alpha. What's your name?
I'll do Dren.
How do you spell it?
Dren.
Okay. And random. What's your new character name?
Granite.
Granite like the rock.
G-R-A. No, Granith. That's a twist on Grant and Tanit.
Sure.
Because he
No,
picks
it's
Elf all the
actually
time.
DWANE.
Okay. And we're almost done
Granith.
with preparations. Your characters have been spending a few days, of course, stocking up on armor, supplies, weapons, going over training, skills, and such, recruiting men uh,
Mm.
and women, if any women are joining. I think it's just men though. Granith, Dren, and Jeebus are all men. So, aside from this, we'll get the old characters ready too, if any are returning for the adventure, such as Livius and Q. So we'll start with Q. We'll just go alphanumerically as usual. So, Q, you have
Yeah.
yeah, 37 coppers. Do you need to purchase anything?
Um, I still have all 4 bandages, right? I just took off the other guy's bandage, right? I never used mine.
Yeah, it says 4 bandages here.
Okay, perfect. Then, what's in the shop? Sorry.
Your accounts are tanky. Basic supplies, armor, equipment, and weapons are available to you. So no expert level gear.
Um, okay, then I'm good. I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Okay. How much money do I got on me? I think
It says
34
37
coppers.
37.
37 coppers? Okay. How much money do I got on the bank?
62.
Okay. I believe I should have, if my sheet is right, just a light helmet, right?
Yeah. Armor wise,
Okay.
yeah.
Armor
Okay,
wise,
so I
that's my
have
okay. So can I swap out the light helmet for a regular helmet?
You want to do a trade in?
Yeah, trade in.
Okay, your helmet is in decent condition, so yeah, you can do that. 25 coppers then.
Yeah,
You're at 8.
yeah, 25 coppers. Okay, eight. All right, so I want to take out I think I had 68 coppers
It says 62.
in the bank. 62. I want to
Mhm.
take out fuck it all of them.
Alright, you receive 55. You're at 63 on your
So
person.
55 plus 8,
Oh,
63.
excuse me.
Bless you.
I would like to buy I would like to buy a heavy Gambison is 50, right?
Yeah. You
I
want
would
one?
like to buy heavy Gambison.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm AC of 5, I think.
Oh my god. Wait, close my
Allergies?
window. Amazing. Yeah, I think so, maybe. And it's just like,
All right.
it's pretty cold over here.
It's cold. Isn't it springtime up for us in Japan?
Oh, yeah, it's just cold here.
Oh, you live up north?
No, I live in Tokyo.
In Tokyo? Yeah, so, I mean, kind of further north than I am. So,
Well, it's south of like Honshu.
yeah, so. It's definitely colder up there, I suppose. I'm in Iwakuni.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I've come to Yokini.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Alright, let's see.
I should still have like more than 10, I think.
Oh my god.
Bless you. Yeah, you have 16. Oh, wait, shoot, 13 coppers left. Anything else you want to buy?
13. Food. 30
Food.
pounds of food.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll keep it in my pocket.
Okay. Alright, so if that's all we want to purchase, and true, you didn't want to purchase any new armor for your character or weapons?
What do you recommend
Uh,
so? Or...
I would recommend some armor if you want to have a better chance of survival.
Okay, then I can get like
You can
I
get a
don't
light
care.
helmet, a shield, or a gambeson with your money.
What's the cheapest?
They're all 25 coppers.
Oh, would a shield be good? Cause like if I'm like healing someone or something,
Hmm.
I can
They're
just
really
like
good
have
against
that.
projectiles.
What?
Shields are really good against missile weapons. Yeah, you can
Yeah, I'll do
hide
that.
behind
I'll
them.
do that. Shield.
okay, and for Dren, I have so far for the gear I have clothes and a short bow. I don't know if I can still buy some stuff.
Alright, one moment.
Alpha,
Yeah,
are we making the trip?
yeah.
Okay, good.
For Dren, it says he has 0 coppers.
Okay, what did I buy? I know I have clothes, a short bow.
Light helmet and 20 arrows.
Okay.
That's all your money. So you have no money left over. Alright, so we are done with preparations. First part of the game, first out of 3 parts of the game is complete. Take a small break, 5 minutes. It's 3:55 p.m. here in Japan, so whatever time it is for you, in 5 minutes we'll resume our game. We'll start the adventure.
Yeah, okay, listen.
Alpha. So
Yeah.
first things first. Let's not delay this shit any longer than it has to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we find a caravan. We find a decent caravan maybe, and then we guard them, and then we go to Gugefsi. That's it. That's. You guys want to do something after that? Then you guys can. Fair enough. But that's gonna be that's my goal.
Hello?
Hello.
Mm.
Hi, hi, hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The weekend?
Pretty
Feeling
good.
great? Oh, sure.
How do I smell
Wait.
shrimp?
Okay. I have a question about
Oh,
Japan.
yeah, you have
Because
two
I've been.
people. Hi.
Well, you're Japanese, aren't you?
Yeah, 75%, yeah.
75. 75%.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been seeing it all over TikTok. Is it true that
What?
Japanese women are marrying foreigners, or rather be with a foreigner?
Would rather be
This
with a
dude
foreigner?
does not
I don't
spend
know.
half a minute without flirting with some. Holy fuck.
No, I'm. It's not flirting. It's a genuine question because like I seen this one Japanese girl that says that like it's good to go to Japan because Japanese women want men that aren't Japanese.
Yeah, every fucking country has that.
No, I think it's more of like there obviously could be love and everything, but sometimes
Hmm.
from what I see, it's kind of like a trophy thing.
What
Oh,
do you
yeah,
mean?
being a foreigner, like not to brag or anything. Like I might travel to America, like shit like that.
Mm, okay.
I do think that there's like just a lot of women that like want to go out in the world, and Japan is so secluded into itself. So yeah, I think like women are more open to it as of like the recent years.
Gotcha. I'm trying to learn Japanese just for the anime.
日本語でしますか？日本語でしますか？
What? What?
日本語でします
Damn,
か？
that's an amazing Japanese lesson.
Yeah,
See,
I
that's
just
too
said
advanced for me. All I know is arigato gozaimasu, konnichiwa.
Oh wow,
Konnichiwa. Yeah.
that's just like you just learned half of Japanese. I'm gonna be honest.
出まして
Yo, back me up on this.
ごちそうさまでした。Yeah, literally, you're fluent. 日本語上手。日本語上手。日本語上手。But I literally just asked, do you speak Japanese? Like, 日本語 is like Japanese. 話せ is like to speak. ますか is like do you.
Okay.
日本語でしますか It's like, oh, do you speak Japanese? Like, you might hear someone be like, like, what's a good thing? Like, Like, do you understand Japanese?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been roughly 5 minutes. Hopefully that was a long enough break. We're gonna start the adventure.
I think his Wi-Fi crashed.
My
There you
Wi-Fi
go.
crashed.
Not you. Random, just like dipped for a second, but he's back.
Am I here?
It's the middle of March of year 16. The campaign for Golden Glory continues in Scorchmoor. This week we're joined by 5 adventurers, a couple of which are retainers, the others are the employers, naturally. From House Random, we have, of course, Livius II, an apprentice, joining us for his second adventure, son of Livius I, but did not make it very far. He is also joined by his retainer, his new recruit, Graneth the Medium. From House Kyo, or I mean Achu, we have Kyo the Acolyte, joined by her newest retainer, Jeebus the Halfling. And from House Alpha, Dren the Veteran, a new recruit from House Alpha. Let's see. So the 5 of you stand in the medieval frontier settlement of Zertanki. Of course, you have been preparing. You have been gathering supplies, armor, and you have been, of course, looking for information, gathering ideas of what you could do to gain your Golden Glory this week. This week, there's a particular piece of cargo that was lost. A shipment northwest of here. The caravan was delivering goods and never made it to the objective, which was of course Castle Novastur. The market is hiring any mercenaries that might be able to retrieve this cargo. Particularly this cargo included very important wares, which were weapons and armor supplies. They're willing to pay you half the cost of each of these items, which is pretty typical when you sell stolen or when you sell such goods, but these are stolen goods. So they'll buy it off you if you can go out there and find it. In addition, you'll build relations with the market, right? Retrieving this equipment. They might even pay you to actually finish delivering the gear if you can. This weaponry is mainly siege equipment, so that they can continue to besiege Castle store, such as ammunition, flaming oil, cannonballs, and such. If it doesn't get delivered, of course, they'll be low on supplies and ammunition. They can't continue to assault the castle run. So it's just an open task. You're not held to it. You're not contracted or anything. But any adventurer who dares to go out there to retrieve those lost goods from that supply caravan, right? Weapons caravan, they'll be paid half the price of each of those items. If you find a plate armor, right, or if you find a gun or whatever, you get half the cost. And they won't think you stole them naturally, right? Because you're working for them. Secondly, of course, you might be offered a second job, which is to actually deliver the goods to the siege camp, right? So recover them and then deliver them, right? So
It's practically is it practically a gamble that what's out there still in the caravan?
yeah, so the shipment took place last week, right? And the merchant caravan, of course, only takes 2 days to get there and 2 days to get back. they never got back. So that's a questionable circumstance, right? Of course, they were lost in the swamplands. Most likely, they might have been raided by the lizard men. So you might have to hunt down some lizard men to get the gear back. Are you guys up for the task, or would you rather try something else? A party of 5 trying to retrieve stolen
I don't
goods.
know.
I'm here for
Nah,
whatever. I don't
no,
mind.
no. The lizard men are very strong. They hit you once you're dead.
That's how most
We
weapons
need
are.
someone, and they're very fast too, I assume. Yeah, they're like swamp people, right?
Indeed. Unlike humans who can't survive underwater, lizard men can. Typically last a long time underwater.
Mm-hmm.
The swamps is full of water naturally. They will have the, of course, homeland advantage.
Okay. Nah. We don't have someone with sleep. If we had someone with sleep, then we would have a better shot. Alpha. Uh, Dren.
Yeah,
Do we just find a caravan towards Gergevsi? I want to
we
check
can.
out the
Yeah,
place where my dad died.
yeah, we can see if. Yeah, we can see if we can find a caravan leading towards Forgessi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Alright, Livius, you discuss
lizard
plans
people
with
yeah.
Dren, who is brand new to the group. As you do this, you kind of ignore the more experienced member of the party, Kyo. Kyo, what would you rather do as they
I want to
keep to
ask Kyo
themselves?
too. I want to ask Kyo too.
Well, you can only do one thing at a time, so as you discuss with Dren, what is Kyo doing, right?
I don't know. I'm just like introducing myself to I'm like introducing my homie to like Gret.
Dren and Livius are speaking at the campfire at your base camp. You guys are at base camp
Oh,
talking
Gret.
over plans. These two are just discussing, right? You can join the discussion if you want.
Oh, I can just I'll listen along like closely. Like I'll just walk up and listen.
Sure. The three of you stand together around a fire and discuss plans. Your retainers do their own thing.
So yeah, Kyo. Basically, Gergevsi is like a town. It's like 2 days from, I
I
believe,
know I've heard.
from
Yeah.
Sertenki. And it's a little bit safer than Sertenki. And even if you get a regular job there, you might get paid more than whatever this thing's paying.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Yeah, we can maybe get a caravan, then we get paid upfront for delivering some goods and stuff, and we can just park up there for the time being.
That's better
How's
than
that?
the alternative. I was like, oh, they want us to get a caravan, like, and we just steal all
Nah,
the shit in it and then dip.
yeah,
But
because then you can't do that. Then you're gonna get in trouble with the law. That's not good.
maybe, but like, I don't know. If we
It's
just
not
like
a maybe.
never
It's a
come back,
definitely. All of
no, 'cause
there's like
if we just never
look,
come back, maybe they think we're dead.
you know what? But are you gonna risk lizard men?
No,
Kidnap people and
I'm
then they
happy with
take
whatever
you.
decision we choose.
They kidnap you and then they take you to their lairs. And then
Maybe
they
I
do
can talk
evil
to them.
things to you.
I have to give
No, they don't
everybody
talk to you.
a chance.
They eat you.
I don't know.
They eat you. They don't talk. They eat you.
Lizardmen are very
They cut up.
vicious.
We'll
They
see.
cut up your
You don't
meat.
have to.
They
It's
cut up your
okay.
meat. I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors.
I think I'll just be a fairy tale. It's okay. It's like
What the
a
fuck?
myth, you know?
It's not a myth. I've heard rumors. It's true.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy
And
with
by
whatever.
that I mean I've actually encountered them before out of character.
I
They're
mean,
vicious as fuck. They
whatever
killed half of the party.
you guys choose,
Uh,
I am understanding. Either.
Okay, so we can take a We can
Yeah,
see
we
if
can
there's
find a
caravan.
caravan. We can find a
Oh,
caravan, offer her job, and yeah. Yo,
what
you
happened
wanna
to
say?
Joe?
Huh?
What happened to Joe?
Who's Joe?
Her rock.
Not my rock. It was Aki's rock.
It's Aki's rock, I think.
Yeah. I wonder if he's
I-
okay.
I think he is. If Aki's alive, then he's alive.
Okay.
I mean, we should start fast. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's get out.
So
Alright.
Yeah.
we're gonna see if there's a caravan leading out to Urgetsi.
Did we all eat breakfast? Because we get free breakfast here. So
Yeah.
And it's at night, right? It's nighttime still.
Yeah, so you
it's
finish
nighttime.
discussing your plans. In the morning, you can go get breakfast.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you
Perfect.
guys get some sleep at your base camp on the outskirts of the siege camp, or I meant Camp Zertenki, right? So you guys rest at the outpost in the camping grounds. By morning, of course, you break camp. You can visit the um, camp mess grounds to eat some food. They serve food to all campers, right? So you go there, you show them your meal tickets, and you get your meals, right? They serve porridge, some fruit, and some meat today. But the main dish is porridge this morning. So after your meal, uh, while you eat your meal, is there anything else you wish to do or discuss?
I might just okay. I'll be super fast. I promise. I just want to go to the temple really quick.
Hmm. So Kyo wants to visit the temple. Are we gonna go as a party, or do you guys want to break up and spread out and do your own thing?
I'm gonna see if I don't care. I want to look for a caravan.
Okay, so Livius, do you want, or you're going to do this then? So you look for a caravan, or you want to look for a caravan?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna look for a caravan.
All right. Where do you want to look? In the markets, in the village streets, or the settlement streets on the outskirts of it? Where do you go?
Uh, what's the best option?
Well, most caravans are trying to
Where's
trade
the
goods, right? So they're
market
probably
maybe?
gonna be found in the
Yeah.
markets.
Yeah. I'll go to the markets. I'll look for people riding in and out of caravans.
Okay, so Livius is headed toward the markets. Okay, and you're taking Granith with you?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. Kyo wants to go to the temple. And you're gonna take Jeebus with you?
Oh yeah, of course. I
Okay.
don't think Jeebus is very religious, but it's okay.
He isn't. Let's see.
Yeah.
And then Dren, what do you want to do this morning as your party breaks camp? Or after breakfast? They're splitting up to spread out and gather whatever they need.
Um, you said it's morning time.
Yeah, it's morning. You just had breakfast and everyone's leaving.
Okay, I'll head with the party.
Well, the party is split up. So are you going to the temple? Are you going to the market? Or are you going off on your own?
Um, I'm going to go with random to see if we can find a caravan. So to the market.
Alright. We'll start with the temple. Kyo, you and Jeebus visit the camp temple, a small wooden building. Outside of it, you can see a few temple guards welcoming people into the temple. Of course, taking up their arms and stowing them away in a storehouse just outside of the temple.
Yeah.
Also outside of the temple is the cemetery, not far from it. It's more toward the backside. But people are every now and then leaving the temple. It's morning and everyone's kind of leaving from morning prayers, which you missed.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
you were at breakfast
Again?
instead. Let's see.
Yeah.
Morning prayers usually
Uh,
begin at 0800 hours, so you went to breakfast at 0800. It's 0900.
okay. Yeah, I just kind of like walking. I like checking on who was the man I talked to last time. It's just like the head. Like I don't know what to call him, but I
You
wanted to
talked to
see
one
if
of the
that.
monks out here, one of the
Yeah,
acolytes.
he told me the monks.
You want to talk to another monk? They're not higher ups or
Yeah,
anything, they're just the standard members of the temple.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. So you walk in and you look for a monk. You see a monk who is currently sweeping the floor. You want to talk to this one?
Oh yeah, I can.
Alright. Jeebus tells you he'll wait outside. He doesn't want to give up his weapons. Upon entering, they took your weapons. So you walk up to this monk who is cleaning and he sees you. It says, "Good morning, sister," and continues to sweep.
Hi, good morning. I was just. Okay, wait. So, wait, what was the place called, by the way, that we were gonna go to? I forgot. What was that called?
You asking me or
Gurgursi.
you asking the acolyte?
No, you. Sorry. I
Okay, so
think.
you're thinking about where you're going.
Yeah, where were we going again?
Um, your party was talking about many different places to go. Some were talking about the job that was offered to your party earlier, which was in the swamps, and some were talking about headed toward a village called Golgefsi.
Golgasti? Okay, I
Yeah,
want to ask
Golgefsi.
about like Golgasti. Uh, hi. Sorry, not to disturb you. Uh, I was wondering if you have any access to either like a caravan, like sponsored by like the church or the temple, or if you know anything about Gergesi, because we're traveling looking for new opportunities, and I'm looking to like spread the word of God. So if I need to speak to anybody, that'd be awesome. If not, it's totally fine. Like help sweep as I'm saying this. I offered
Um,
help.
sure, you see he has a dustpan on the floor, so you hold it for him as you talk with him.
Mm-mm.
He kind of shakes his head and says, "Sorry, sister. I don't know about any caravans, but you might talk to one of the priests here. He might help you."
Okay, thank you so much. So yeah, I just like help. Like I finish helping, and then like I go to the priest. Yes.
Okay.
Or do you know where the priest would be?
He points to the end of the hall of worship. You see, at the end of the hall of worship, people are actually in line trying to talk with the priest, right? Some of them are, as they're passing, they're in line talking to the priest, but as they pass the priest, you can see they're picking up like juice and bread and cheese and such. So they just finished morning prayer, so now they're eating breakfast.
They're like
The
a
priest is
little,
like blessing them, right? You can see that the priest is blessing these.
is there like a little gift stand. I don't know what to call it. Not gift stand, like a donation box for the temple.
Yeah, sure. hmm
I'll put like 5 copper in it.
So you can see a small kind of like altar that people have been making offerings to, right? So it's near the entrance upon entering, so you can do that one. Or of course there's the actual altar at the far end of the hall of worship, but you can do the entry one. That's where most of the goods have been dropped off, mostly clothing and blankets here, some food.
Yeah,
Um, okay, so you put 5 copper pieces down.
yeah. And then do I just like wait in line? I guess I can just
Yeah, you
wait.
can
I
go
don't
in
want to
line.
like other
There's the
people.
priest. There are some adepts. Priest is the at the moment the highest ranking clergy member you see in the temple. There are some other acolytes, which is lowly monks and such, right? And then there are some adepts who are, of course, guiding the crowd, talking to other worshippers, counseling them, um, and reinforcing them about their faith and such, right? Or answering any questions. So you get in line to talk with the priest, who is not really talking to anyone. He's more so blessing people as they pass by to get breakfast. And when you get in line and pass him, of course, people are waiting in line to get food, but you stop to talk to the priest. So what do you want to tell him? You see an old priest here, right? He's bald.
Uh,
hmm
yeah. Hello, Father. I was just wondering if you have any free time. Me and a couple other travelers were wondering if there's any like sponsored caravans or any possible way of travel to. Wait, what's the place called again?
You take a moment to think. Uh,
Ah,
you think about it, and you remember your friends talking about a village called Golgesti.
uh, sorry. It was called Golgesi, if I'm correct. And we was wondering, because I would love to spread the word of God around there, if possible. So, uh, if you have any free time, I would love to speak to you, Father. Thank you.
The people in line seem a bit frustrated, right, waiting to get breakfast. The father nods and says, "Sister Kyo, we can talk after breakfast. How's that?"
Can I like help move it along faster? Like, could I like hand them one thing when he hands them one thing?
Oh, he's just waving them and like saying good morning and just seeing everyone's face pretty much as they pass by. So
Okay.
they're just in line getting food, right? You're in the line, instead of getting food, you're talking to the priest. So
I can
people are
help
like
give
waiting.
food.
You gonna get food too?
There. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to like
There's
help
like
things
this
run
mean
along.
old lady behind you. It's like, hurry up, please. I'm quite hungry.
I'm gonna also give her 5 copper and like apologize.
Okay. You're down 10 coppers.
So
Oh,
poor, but it's
wait.
okay.
You only had 3 coppers on you, so you only can give her 3. Because you already put 5
Give her,
at the altar.
give her
You give her 3 coppers for her trouble. She's very happy after that. 3 coppers is a decent amount of money.
Eh,
Okay. So you move on. And we're gonna put a pause on your scene. We're gonna go to Dren's and Livius' scene
I
with
have
Granith.
17 left. No?
Nope. You spent it.
So when did I spend it?
So you were at like
That was
37-ish. And then you
yeah,
bought a Gambeson, which was 25.
5.
Brought you to like 8.
Oh, okay. Then I had. Oh, okay.
Yep, then you spent
Okay.
5 at the altar and 3 at the old lady. Now you're poor.
Okay.
Now you're broke.
That's
Okay.
okay.
You're on
I'm
the
really
edge of
living like
bankruptcy
a.
again. Okay. Alright.
It's okay. How it is.
So back to Dren, Granith, and Livius. You guys made your way into the market here in Sertanki. It's morning, and people are coming here to mostly purchase, morning goods, maybe new supplies, but for the most part, food for breakfast, right? Anything else that need any other wares, right? Most of them are coming in for breakfast, for drinks, tea, coffees, and such, right? So they can start their day of work at
Oh,
the.
we have coffee. Amazing.
Yeah, of course. There's trade. So,
Hell yeah. I love this.
alright. So, you're in the markets now. What would you like to do?
Okay. We want to look for like traveling merchants, like caravans, unloading, loading stuff. We want to
There are
look out
3
for people
caravans
that are
here.
like,
A large caravan and 2 smaller caravans.
okay. Um, uh, like, are the smaller caravans like just one mule?
The smaller caravans, yeah, just 1 merchant, a couple animals, and a few caravan guards for each small caravan,
Okay.
and a few
I
assistants.
suppose I would like. Okay. So which one has the least amount of guards?
You look for the one with the least amount of guards, and although he has less guards, he has more helpers. This one is 1 merchant, about 6 helpers, or like haulers, right? Or I guess retainers, right? 6 hirelings, and of course 2 caravan guards, escorts.
Okay. I would like to go up to them. I wanna go up to them and introduce myself.
Okay,
Hello.
you approach the merchant. He says, "Good morning."
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. I'm Livius II from House Random. I was we were trying to look for work. You have any work available for us?
The merchant thinks. Let's see. He shakes his head and says, "At the moment, I'm not exactly interested in hiring mercenaries. I'll be here for a while and I can't afford them. I'm actually here selling my goods, my stock that I recently brought here from the village of Galgefsi. When my stock is fully sold, I might be interested in hiring hired help, but at the moment, I'm just doing great, actually. We're making money. Would you like to purchase anything, though?" The caravan's selling, of course, basic equipment that's not typically found in Camp
Yeah.
Tanki, such as spears, bows, armor, and such. He's a small arms merchant that's shipping arms from Gagefsi to.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this is where the majority of your weapons are from. This small caravan here brings in
Yeah.
basic weapons and armor that Gagefsi can't produce because
Uh,
it's an outpost. Or not
yeah. I
Gagefsi,
suppose.
Sertenki.
Right now.
Sertenki can't produce it itself.
Right now. Yeah, I see. Right now, I'm not in any dire need of any weapons. But if I may ask, when do you leave for Gagefsi again?
He tells you, "It might take a few days for me to finish selling my stock. So, maybe in a few days, if you're still around, I'll hire your services. Otherwise, I'm here selling goods, not buying services."
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the party and relay that to like Dren and Granite.
Okay.
That it might take a few days, but
John and
he's
Grant, if
willing
they're
to
with
hire
you,
us
they've been
maybe.
following you. You're just talking. They're just watching.
Oh yeah, right. So, boys, do we wait, Ren? Ren, Alpha?
He's not paying attention. He wandered off into the market somewhere.
Oh fuck, I was muted. No, yeah, we can wait a couple of days. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Especially if he's gonna be heading back to Gorgetsi.
It's gonna take a few days though. So
That's
are
fine.
we
We
good
can
with that?
we can do work here in the meantime.
Yeah, sure. Or do we want to check in with the other two merchants maybe?
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, there's
there's two other
two
ones,
other
huh?
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can check in with
I
them first.
wanna let's split up. Let's
Okay.
you ask one, one. Yeah. All
All right.
right. So I wanna yeah I wanna go up to the one of the other ones and
Which one?
ask them same thing. Like uh, which one is there's like two small ones now, right?
You just talked to one of the small ones. So is there two small ones?
Okay. So I wanna talk to the other small one.
Okay.
There's one small one and the other big one.
And I'll go talk to the big one.
All right. We're gonna go back to Q and Jeebus. Jeebus has been waiting outside the temple, just enjoying the scenery outside the temple. The temple is one of the nicer areas in Camp Sertanki. Q, you're inside the temple still, and you have a seat, get some breakfast. You sit among the common crowd. They're just, women, children, elderly having breakfast, right? Very few actual men are here. If there are any men here, they're usually very young or very old.
Okay. Well, is the priest still nearby, or like, am I able to talk to him now? Like, what does the crowd look like?
People are still getting food, so you're sitting
Uh,
at the moment eating breakfast.
okay. Well, yeah, I'm just eating. I don't know. I think I'll just eat until he's available. If he's not available in the next like hour, then I guess I'll just leave. But
Alright, 10 minutes go by, and the line finally finishes, and you're almost done with your breakfast. The priest, he's walking down the hall of worship to another part of the temple. He's escorted by one of the temple guards. You want to follow him?
the father, I'm like finished eating. I'm like, father, could I please have a moment with you now? You know, like yelling at him. Not yelling at him, but like
Sure.
towards him, like, oh, father. You know.
So you kind of chase after him, you call after him, and he turns around and sees you again. He's like, oh, yes, of course, my dear. This way. And you guys walk into an office in the temple.
Thank you, father.
What
I was
questions do you
just
have?
well, as I was saying earlier, of course, I was just wondering if you guys either need any like delivery towards me thinking in my head again because I keep forgetting what the place is called. What's it called?
Alright, we'll do a knowledge check to see if you can remember. You remember off the
I have a
bat.
bonus, right?
Gagefsi.
Wait, what is it called?
Gagefsi.
Mm.
You might want to write it down.
UFC. Thank you. Sorry, I normally do. I just forgot my pen and paper. I'll grab one like right after this. Sorry, father. My head's like a little. I'm still a little sleepy, but I was wondering if you guys need any like goods brought to Gagefsi, Gagefsi, or if you guys have a caravan that is not being used, so me and a couple of other travelers could head there for looking for a new opportunity and as well so I can spread the word of God, you know?
Burlox is kind of confused but laughs, right? You're a very lively person. And he says, Of course, you are Sister Chu, right? Or Sister Kyo of House Chu, one of the
Just
acolytes. How was your last adventure? I forgot to ask.
uh, it was pretty thrilling. I've never been out in the world like that before, but I met a lot of interesting people to say the least. You know, I've had some issues with my temper, but I've prayed about it and I've thought about it, and it was a really interesting experience, and I'm really happy I had it. No?
I'm sure Gogefsi would be glad to have another priest back in, or a young nun back in the ranks, but don't you have a mission out there? You came here for a reason. These heathen
Oh,
monsters, right? They need to be punished, right? You came here to punish them, did you not?
I understand that we.
The word of God is quite strong. The faith is strong in Gogefsi. That is home territory. To go back, of course you could, but I believe you're sent here for a greater reason, right? You and many other acolytes, soldiers of God, on crusade against the heathen monsters to the west, south, and north of here. Monsters men. Not exactly men, but still perhaps children of God. Or maybe, if not, can at least learn to live properly, coexist with us. The lizard men, the orcs, the goblins. They have committed great crimes against the children of God. And I'm kind of or misunderstanding the situation. Aren't you supposed to be on perhaps a mission to hunt them down, not
Sorry, I didn't
escorting
really understand.
caravans back to Gogefsi? That would be to go home and retreat from your mission, acolyte.
I just personally believe that um
You are afraid.
I'm not much for violence, you know? As a sister, I believe like everything and everyone deserves a chance. I know it's not really in line with everything involved in the church, but like I believe like I personally killed one uh goblin.
Sister,
I did not
do
feel
not
right.
misunderstand. I did not mean that you must murder them. But if that happens, it happens, of course. These
Mm,
monsters, they need to be cleansed. You must teach them the way of God. Go out there. Perhaps you must defeat them first. You must change their minds. They're not exactly undead, the monsters, you see. They can be
mm.
converted, taught correctly.
That is true. It's the group of people I'm with, they have other motivations and I'm here to support them with their motivations and their goals. So
You seem
I
quite
I go.
lost, Q. So I want to start you off with something simple. Seems you have strayed from the path. But you're here to spread the word of God, yes?
Yes.
The people of Golgesi are God-worshipping, God-fearing people. The monsters are not. I want you to begin simple. Travel into the south, swamplands. Find those monsters. Perhaps your men will have to murder the ones who are just too far gone. But the children and the women of these monstrous people, they can be changed. Help them with their mission. Although these mercenaries that you fight with aren't exactly God-fearing perhaps, or the most faithful men, they are doing God's work out there. So continue your crusade, understand? Now I do have a task for you that might be more reasonable for just a day. If you do really want to go back to Gogefsi, here's a letter. It needs to be brought to the temple. It is the dying will of one of our recent deaths in our family. A brave acolyte who has fought many battles over the past year was killed, and it's his will. His beneficiary must receive payment at some point. And this is the letter of proof, his will. He hands you the scroll and says, before he lets you take it, he says, it must be brought to the temple in Gogefsi. You understand?
Yes, Father. I will carry out your mission with the goblins, but I think that's gonna be another time.
Of course. Come back soon to Sertanki. They need you. We need you here. But if you must take a break and go back to Gogefsi, this is your task. Alright, he hands you
Would
the
you want to
letter.
supply me with a caravan by chance?
A caravan? We have no caravans leaving
Yes.
soon, but this letter needs to be delivered. If you must form your own caravan, do so. But the faster you get there,
Father.
the faster you get paid. You'll be compensated upon arrival if this letter is delivered. Understand?
Yes, Father. Thank you.
Good. Now, if you must not, if you have nothing else, please, I must meet with another follower, right? And you see the soldier at the door is waiting to take you out, right? Because there's another person in line waiting to talk to the priest.
God bless you, Father. God bless you.
God
And
bless
I
you,
just
Kyo.
dipped.
Alright, you walk out the office with the letter in your hand. So you have a mission now. You must take a pilgrimage all the way back to Gagefsi, maybe, right? Or you can form your own caravan, right, with your party and begin your travels there. So you've got a little mission to do. Alright, other than this, we're gonna go back to this scene over here. So we'll start with Dren. Dren, you go over to the large caravan. The large caravan consists of 3 merchants and several, maybe a dozen caravan guards, heavily armored. Right, this is the
Okay.
major caravan, and their trade good is food supplies, medicine, very important commodities that are not produced at a high rate in, of course, um, Zertanki. So we have 2 small caravans that sell. One sells, of course, weapons and armor. One sells transport equipment and miscellaneous things, and this one sells food or supplies and equipment. So this the supplies and equipment caravan is the largest one. It's formed of 3 merchants, many caravan guards, and many henchmen, right, that help to haul and trade and maintain this part of the caravan market. They probably are not in a need of any assistance naturally. If they are, then you're in luck, right? Because they'll probably pay well.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to them and I'm gonna start a conversation with them, and I'm gonna see if I can offer our groups us if they would be heading to Gargefsi.
So you approach one of the stalls to talk to one of the 3 merchants, who is assisted by a couple henchmen, right? The henchmen, one of them, of course, is packaging packaging food. One of them is uh, polishing some of the equipment. Another one is just assisting him in general at the stall, right? Talking to customers passing by. You get in line to talk to the merchant, and eventually it's your turn, right? The merchant greets you. He's like, "Good morning, friend. We have plenty of supplies and equipment available. Please enjoy your browse, and when you're ready, bring whatever you want up here to the stall if you're ready to purchase." Because
Okay.
you walked in
And I'm
line
gonna
and you
say
didn't have anything in your hand. Everyone else brought things to the stall. You did not.
okay. I'm gonna say good morning. I was actually coming to you to see if um you would be heading to Gargefsi.
We don't
And
plan to leave for Gagefsi until later this month.
oh, later this month. Oh shoot. Okay.
Our caravan's quite large, and we only take a trip once per month, but a very large trip.
Huh.
So in about maybe 15 days, we'll be setting out for Gagefsi to resupply.
Okay.
If you're looking for work, however, I do have a small task for mercenaries.
Oh, what task might that be?
We are the ones supplying coin to any mercenary willing to bring back the filthy heads of outlaws along the road. Outlaws, mercenaries perhaps once, now turned to, of course, a life of crime, think that they have what it takes to take on our caravans. Hunt them down for me. I know the faces of a few of them. Some used to actually serve my caravan as, of course, bodyguards. Now they think that they know everything and can hunt us down. But my loyal caravan guards and mercenaries like yourselves don't bite the hands that feed. So I'll pay you well. It's five silvers for random bandit heads, but the certain ones I know, I'll pay you really well for them. 10 silvers.
Hmm.
And if you bring back the head of a bandit I know, you'll get 10 silvers for each head.
And where might they be located?
On the route to Gagefsi, hunt them down there. Find their camps, raid them if you want. But they often ambush smaller caravans. They haven't attacked ours recently, but they did try once, and they did not. Of course, we collected many of their heads that day. It was a very good day for us. Taught them a lesson. And we're teaching them a lesson
Okay.
still. We're paying any mercenary willing to go hunt their heads.
And we would have to bring their heads back here to you?
Yes, bring them back here and we'll pay you for each of these bandit heads.
Huh. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't, if you're gonna be on our way, it wouldn't hurt for us to see what we can do to assist with bandits. Yeah, I will talk to my companions and we will see what we can do.
Alright, so he tells you again, right? He mainly is concerned with the traders that betrayed his caravan guard. So if you find a random head, he won't exactly pay you for it, but if it's a random head on top of someone he knows, right, he'll pay you for that. So
Okay.
that way, of course, you don't just kill a random person that he doesn't know and bring their head to him. So
Yeah.
he knows these guards, right? He knows who works for him, so and who betrayed him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright. Lots of PCs do the same thing. They think that they can get away with betraying caravans, so let's see. Back to Livius and Granith, right? So Livius and Granith, you went to talk to the small merchant caravan, which is in charge of selling animals, transport gear. He has brought into Sertenki donkeys, mules, and a few horses. He's like a herder, right? He's bringing all these animals to sell. And he's got only one assistant, but he's got 4 caravan guards, right? Who are mounted soldiers, right?
My bad, I was muted. He's rich. Holy shit.
Yeah, so he's a horse or animal merchant. He's heavily guarded.
Oh,
With,
okay.
4 mounted troops.
I guess I wanna just introduce myself and ask, like, hey, if you guys are leaving to Gagefsi soon, I would like to offer our parties mercenary work, maybe, if you guys are interested.
Let me see its reaction. The merchant kind of shrugs and kind of laughs a little bit too. Sorry, I do not hire footmen, only cavalrymen. I don't see you with a horse, but if you have one somewhere else, perhaps I'll hire you. But common footmen, I have no interest in.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go back to Dren.
Okay, you regroup with Dren at some point. You find Dren still talking to that large caravan, and you like join him there. So since your conversation ended pretty quick, we're gonna go back to Kyo and Burlux. Actually, let's see. Yeah, Dren was busy talking to this guy for a good minute, so Livius would get there and he would still be talking to him. Are you sure there's nothing else you want to do, Livius, before we go to a different scene?
Me? Nah.
Yeah. No?
I wanna beeline to Dren.
Alright. Yeah, you're joining Dren now. Kyo, you left the office in the temple. Where do you want to go from here? You're still in the temple.
I mean, I guess I'll kind of look around for the rest of the gang with Jeebus.
Alright, you walk outside, you retrieve your weapons. Jeebus joins your side. He's only 3 feet tall, and you're about 5 foot tall. So you guys are similar height. Let's see.
Similar, not similar.
Well, he's a halfling, right? Let's see. Jeebus is Constitution of 12, so yeah, he's about average halfling height, so 2'8". And then your character is a woman who is, oh, you're actually on the taller scale. You have 13 constitution, so you're actually like 5'6" for a woman. That's tall for a woman. So yeah, never mind. You're about twice the height of
Yeah,
Jeebus.
he's tall.
Yeah.
The average
It's
man
gonna
You
be-
can
is around
piggyback
5'8", so
Jeebus.
you're almost as tall as the average man. Let's see.
I'm just gonna give him like a little nuggie. Like I'm just gonna like, you know, his head. I'm just gonna like pat his head. You know.
Okay, let me see his reaction to this.
Oh my god.
He hates it. He says, "What are you doing, Kyo?
Just
Don't
Wow.
joking.
touch me."
You little cutie. You little cutie. Just joking.
Alright, you say you're joking.
What
He
the
doesn't take it as a joke. Touch me again, I'll leave.
fuck?
Right.
Fucking
No,
bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Tells
I'm
you he has a
sorry.
wife, right? He doesn't want another woman touching him like that.
Especially when you're not a clerk.
Yeah, he says you're a nun. You shouldn't be touching men. So,
Whatever,
unless you're tending to their
Jeebus.
wounds or something, right? But so,
I know who I'm not healing when you get kicked.
alright. So Kyo, you want to look for your companions? Where do you want to go to look for them? They did mention that they would head to the markets. So do you want to go there?
Yeah, I'll head over around to the markets.
Okay, you and Jeebus make your way to the markets. Back to Dren, Livius, and Granith. You guys have been talking to the caravans for many hours now. All morning has passed, and it's almost noon. Dren, Livius, and Granith, you may discuss or you may take your next action. So do you guys need to discuss anything, or are you guys ready to move on?
So I'm gonna
Uh,
tell him. This caravan is saying that there's bandits on the way to Gorgetsi, and they know a few guys that have been betraying caravans. If we're willing to take care of them, then they will help us. They will pay us.
Where the fuck are we gonna find the bandits? It's just like someone says something and you just like, okay, let's take care of it. We don't know where they are. We don't know where they're gonna come from.
So on the caravan
We
trail
can.
to Gorgetsi, you'll probably encounter some bandits if you make yourself look like an easy target.
Hopefully not. Now what? I'd say I'm gonna try and regroup with Kyo. I'm gonna look out for Kyo. I should see where she's coming from.
Alright, so
She's
Livius
coming
wants to
or
go
not.
look for Kyo. Dren, you were discussing with Livius, but he's ready to move on. He doesn't want to discuss any further. He wants to go find Kyo. So you want to go with him?
Yeah.
And Granith, of course, follows Livius. The three of you make your way from the market, and you last heard that she was gonna visit the temple, right? So you guys want to go to the temple or base camp or somewhere else to find her?
Most likely she's at the temple, so we're gonna try to make our way to the temple and look for.
Alright,
Which mean-
so on
no,
your way
I
to
mean
the
my
temple,
rifles.
of course,
Ada kontra matunda.
by the time you get
Butsi.
to the temple, of
Ano yun?
course, you like look inside, and there's no obvious sign of her in the temple. Maybe she's
Aha.
somewhere deeper in the temple. Kyo, you made it into the markets, of course. You looked around, you don't see any of your companions here.
I think I'll just head back.
There's base camp if you want. So
Yeah.
that's the
And
rendezvous point.
I can like snag some extra water or something, you know, like just like
Sure.
clean up a little bit, like wash my face, clean up.
You go to one of the
Just like
water holes out here in the market and wash yourself.
Yeah.
Some of the men ogle at you. Passing men. Old men, typically.
I'm a nun!
They can't tell. You're wearing armor and weapons. I mean, so. Only
Just
other
yell
priests
that.
and your companions would know. Right.
I just need that.
You ignore it. Jeebeth kind of sneers at them, right? Dirty old men.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides this, you know, Livius, Dren, Granith, you're at the temple. You kind of are looking inside. You're not entering, but if you do enter, you have to leave your weapons behind at the storehouse. The guards keep a close observation on the three of you, particularly on Granith, who is a worshipper of, you know, multiple gods or spirits. He's dressed accordingly, black robes and such, right? So.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do?
I say we're gonna go. Yeah, head back to base camp.
Base camp? You don't see her here, so maybe she went to base camp. Maybe she went looking for you at the market. You're
Yeah.
not sure. You go to base
Whatever.
camp.
We'll go to base camp. She'll come to base camp eventually anyway.
Jen, is there anything
Where
you
Yeah.
want
else
to
is
do?
she gonna go?
No? Okay. So you all just make your way back to base camp? Band
Alpha.
of mercenaries?
Yeah.
Adventurers. Okay. Okay, you guys make your way back. Passing through the streets. No one really pays you much attention. You guys don't have any reputation here or fame yet. Let's see. Jeebus and Kyo, you guys made it to camp. And I think you got there. I think you guys got there a little later than these two or these three. So these three got there first, and then you eventually arrive at camp, seeing that they're waiting for you. It's about noon now,
Okay.
lunchtime. So you guys want to eat lunch together?
Yeah.
Okay,
Love
let's
for
go to
whatever.
the mess grounds.
Yeah, we can eat lunch.
Okay. So you have no more meal tickets because you haven't worked today. You get meal tickets for working out here, right? After a day of work, you get
I
3 meal
wanna
tickets.
ask Yo if she found anything.
Ask me.
Yeah, Yo, did you find anything interesting in the temple?
I mean, I have to do a delivery. Out to.
Well, there you go. To Gurgifsi?
Yeah, just like
There
a.
you go.
Yeah.
We have a
so-
mission. We have a reason to go to Gurgifsi now. Thank you. Love
Yeah.
that.
So we just need a caravan. I kind of asked around for that,
Nah.
but it didn't really work.
Now, fuck the caravan. We're getting paid for the. You're getting paid for the. What's it called? The letter? The delivery?
Yeah, it's like a will or like a deed for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hero around
Okay,
here.
so we have our caravan. That is our caravan now.
Okay.
So we can sleep it off at camp today, and tomorrow morning, at the sunrise, we'll just start heading off to
Well,
Gurgifsi.
Are there any like local jobs we can do today? Just because it's only like lunch, so is there anything like just like helping around like a shop or cleaning or something we can do?
You guys have civilian jobs you can take on.
Money.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like Kyo, in your off time when you're not going on caravans or expeditions, your character works as a nun typically. That's your skill set. So you go to the temple to work.
I'd love to do that for like
A
8
work shift
hours.
is 8 hours. Yeah. So you want to go to work? You're late as fuck to work because if you were to work a normal shift, it would start at 8 o'clock, right? It's already noon. I guess you can try to work the evening shift. So
I can work evening. I can work evening.
it starts at 4 p.m. then.
Do you guys mind if I go work at the temple for a bit, just to get some extra money for the road?
That's fine.
Sure, fuck it.
Okay.
If you guys do anything, we can all just head back here like at night, and we can cook and sleep, and then go on tomorrow. Sound
Yeah.
good?
We can do that.
Okay. Well, I'm already super late, so I'm gonna go.
Let's make it
Alright,
fast.
working as a
please.
nun
Let's
doesn't
make it
pay you, by
fast.
the way. All it does is gives you a place to sleep and feeds you, right? And a place to worship, right? So, as a nun, you're gonna be like a nurse. You're gonna nurse children, sickly, right, and such, at the temple.
Is there any way I could work at like a medicinal care place? A chance or no?
Like the temple?
'Cause I'm really wise. Or like, even does it have to be at the temple? Is there any other medicinal place?
That's like the main place that medical care is offered, right? It's like a medieval
any-
hospital.
Is there anywhere where my skill set, like with my wisdom and intelligence, could that be used anywhere?
I mean, there's Tenki's
Money.
guard infirmary, right? Like the military hospital
right.
you can work at.
Okay, do that right.
I mean, you're not employed there yet, though. You have to get accepted.
I'll do a little interview. I don't mind. I'll be polite. I'll try it. If it doesn't work,
But
I'll
they
head
might
over.
enlist your services. Like, you can't work there for a single day, right? You have to, like, work there every day, right?
Okay.
The temple is flexible. Like, you can work there whenever you want. Almost. Not exactly whenever you want, but they're more flexible than, they won't keep you forever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then I can do the temple, I guess.
Alright. You'll take a late shift. So you go back to work today to get your pay. As just food and a place to rest. So you just go back to the temple, basically. G-Base is going to wait here at base camp then.
I'm away at base camp.
And Livius, the second you're waiting at base camp. Granith is kind of annoyed. He thought we would be leaving today, right, for work, and
Yeah,
he has
me
no
too.
money. So Granith, of course, says he's gonna go work too. All right.
We can.
Yeah,
Again, I
what
want to ask.
about? Oh, God.
Can I ask if I can like smoke the food or something? I might actually have to drop. Like I don't have enough time. IRL.
Okay. Hey. All right, Livius, you
I might
drop
have.
out. You and Granith drop out of the
Yeah.
expedition.
Yeah.
You
This
shouldn't
is
join an
taking too
expedition if you
long.
can't. Yeah, last the whole way.
I wanted to get it done. Nothing's happening. That's the thing. We're
Do you
spending
just
too much
wanna?
time looking for things. My
Do you
bad.
wanna? We can just go out. I mean,
It's
if you
at
want,
night time.
let's head out.
Anyways,
Oh
my
wait,
bad.
noon.
I'm really sorry. I tried, but IRL I can't. I don't have the time right now.
All right. Good night.
I wish I did, but yeah. Have a good one, man. You guys have a good one.
Later, bro.
Bye. I mean, it is only noon, so like, if we do just want to go, like, we can just go if you want.
Yeah, we can. We just need to be very cautious.
Yeah, I'd rather just go then.
Begin the trip.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Your small caravan of 3 begin traveling east, out from Sertenki and toward Gagefsi. There is a caravan trail that pushes east into the grasslands toward the mountains far to the east. Those mountains are rumored to be the lair of dragons. Is this fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Alright. The most terrifying monsters in the land, right? You're gonna be traveling through those territories for just a few miles. But first, you have to get through grasslands. About 3 miles of grasslands. So, for lunch, did you guys want to eat lunch or did you want to skip lunch? You had no money for
Mm,
lunch. Or looks like you have no money. And no meal tickets.
Again, I'm broke.
yeah, we're gonna have to skip lunch.
Okay, you go without
Not a
food.
big breakfast. It's okay.
Alright then. You know, the least Livius could have maybe done is let you guys take the food. But he already left. Let's see.
Hmm.
So you'll be going into the expedition without any food. You can try to forage and hunt along the way if you want, but you'll move slower.
Hmm.
Do you want to try that? Foraging and hunting? 50%
Mm,
speed.
Following your lead, Jordan.
yeah.
Okay. So Dren says we forage and hunt on the way. To hunt, you need a missile weapon. So Dren, do you have a missile weapon?
Yes, I do. A
And
short
Kyo?
bow.
Kyo's got a short bow too. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Jeeves is with us, Dren, and Kyo. Alright. You guys want to hunt along the way or forage? It's one or the other.
I can hunt. If um, Keel wants to forge.
So hunting means keeping your eye open for any signs of wild game, like looking for tracks and such, and signs of game in the area. And while you do that, Kyo can keep her eye open for any signs of vegetation, fruits, or anything you can forage, right? Any food you can forage.
Yeah, definitely. We can do that.
And then Jeeves can just keep his eye open for any monsters as you march.
Awesome.
Okay. The 3 of you are marching along the caravan trail. The first 3 miles, just open grasslands. It's again
Alright, if you
reminder, it's
shit.
March. Today there's a light drizzle. Um, at noon, of course, it's a bit brighter, sunnier, and drier than the rest of the day, but as the day comes to an end, it gets dark and gray again and begins to rain all night. So you march, and your expedition began halfway through the day, but you haven't done terribly much. But you've already lost half the day, so you only have half a day of work. So instead of 6 miles, you can only trek 3 miles. Or instead of 6 hours of marching, you can only do 3 hours, unless you want to push into your resting shift. But anyway, from that time then, um, with only 3 hours to march, it takes you about 1 hour to get, or you're moving at 50% speed, so you're moving at 1 mile per hour instead. So just to get through the grasslands into the mountains, it will take you the rest of the day, pretty much.
Okay.
See if anything occurs during that time. rolling a d8. So if there's a encounter during any of this time, so every 8 hours, there's a potential encounter. So 5. Okay. Something could have happened at hour 5. Monsters. So an hour into your march, you're about 1 mile from Zertenki. Monsters were encountered. You're marching. You're keeping an eye open for wild game, for monsters, and for food along the way. Foraging, just food, right? So after an hour of marching, of course, foraging for food, you might have seen a few wild plants. You've collected maybe about 26 pounds of foraged food. About 1 pound of food was foraged. This was by Kyo. So Kyo foraged 1 pound of food, which is enough for 1 meal. So like a handful of carrots or something. Wild carrots or something, right? It's just like greens and such. And then Dren, you kept an eye open for any animals during the time. But instead of animals, you found signs of a monster in the area. Let's see if we are surprised if it's close. We are surprised. Something's near. The distance is 30 yards, 90 feet. So, you know, you're pushing along the grasslands. This part of the grasslands is a little lightly forested, right? So it could definitely be the habitat of some forest beast too, possibly. We don't know what kind of monster it is. A D8 and a D6, or a D8 and a D12 will determine this. So, 11-5. Is it
Okay.
random?
Is it
So
just one?
it could be multiple. We're not sure. We're first gonna see what it sounds like, because that's what that's the first line of a monster. Usually we'll hear it. So, if it's close at least, and it is close, it's at 60-ish feet, 30 yards, no, 90 feet. So it's at 90 feet, I think, yeah. 11-5. Okay, so grasslands. Okay. So you're in the grasslands, and around the bend in this hillier part of the grasslands, at a short distance, riding up on your position, is a small retinue of armored troops.
Okay,
Perhaps
how much is
noblemen.
small?
Let's see. It's gonna be 2d6. Okay. There are 7 riders approaching your position. And
Do
behind
they
them
look human or no?
are their squires, their retinue. So 7 lead the way. These are heavily armed troops. Behind them, you see their retinue, which is very large. So they're scouting ahead, just about 7 of these knights, but it's a small army, pretty much pushing through the area. So there's about maybe 35 footmen trailing them, and then a few lightly armored horsemen, but the heavily armored ones look like knights, right? So knights passing through the area, and you're on the same road that they're on. They're headed towards
Do they look?
Zertenki, right? Perhaps for a business trip.
Oh, okay, so they're friendly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're just passing.
Uh,
A small military or a small war band is passing through.
Can we tag along with the soldiers?
They're headed to Zertenki. You want to go back?
Oh no, Sir Tanky. Okay, never mind.
So they
No.
the first 3 that ride up to your position, one of the lightly armored ones ride up and say, "Make way!" Right? And
Yeah, we'll clear out. We're not trying to get trampled or attacked.
about 7 horsemen push through your ranks, right, as you get off the road, and then a marching band, right, of troops. About 35 to 70 troops march to the area, footmen, and then they're trailed
Damn.
by another 7 or so horsemen. Half of them heavily armored, half of them lightly armored, right? So 7, you saw a total of 7 knights, 7 squires, and roughly 35 to 70 footmen in their ranks.
Okay.
An army from Gagefsi, right? A patrol pushes toward Zertenki. Okay, you
Fair
guys want
enough.
to push on? So it was a friendly
Yeah.
encounter.
Yeah, just keep going.
A lot of the mercenaries or troops in the band, they look at the woman, right, hungrily. Their eyes are like wolves, right? They haven't had any, perhaps sex in at least a day or two. So, but they keep their distance. They are trained. They're not bandits or anything like that, and they're not foreign troops. So if they were foreign troops, they might have their way, but you're their people, so they wouldn't do that to you, for the most part.
Okay.
Let's see.
For the most part.
All right. You continue your travels, and you reach the mountains by the end of the day, and that's about it. Okay. Evening shift. You're tired. You're hungry. You have no food. Or you have little to no food. Actually, we have to check for animals if we saw any animals in the area.
Okay,
See.
okay.
Chance of animals, maybe. Let's see. Nope. Chance of animals again, because we were looking for animal tracks. Nope. No signs of any large game. Small game. Let's see, small game. In 3 hours, it's 1d3 then. Alright, one small game was caught. It weighed 4 pounds. It was a rabbit. So Alpha, if you want to expand 1 ammunition, you get 1 rabbit.
Yes, I would.
It had 4 pounds. It was a big rabbit. It had 4 pounds of
Exciting.
meat. Alright, probably not a rabbit, but like it was maybe like what would weigh 4 pounds? I think a rabbit
Okay.
weighs. Let me check the weight of a rabbit. How much meat it's got. Okay, so not a rabbit. Whatever you shot was 4 pounds. Let's see. Or had 4 pounds of meat on it. Weight of duck.
I think a hare is heavier.
Weight of hare. Okay, 3.5 to 5 kg. Yeah, sure. You shot a hare. So you saw a hare out there and you shot him dead. And you slung him in your belt for dinner tonight. It weighed about 4 pounds of food. So that's 4 pounds is 1 pound of food is 1 meal. So, and 3 pounds of food is a day of food, naturally. So you guys at least get dinner together. You got the hare, you got some vegetables, total of 5 pounds of food. So you cook up the vegetables with the hare meat, and you create a roasted hare with some vegetables. You don't have a pot for stew. So stew, of course, can extend the amount of food or like make you feel full without using as much food. But of course, you need a pot for that. So anyway,
Cool.
from 5 pounds of food, you're down to 2 pounds of food. Let's see. Evening shift. So this is your character's free time, rest time, right? So they would have dinner during this time. They would be relaxing, discussing maybe before they go to sleep. During this time, Dren, what would you like to do in your free time? Each of you has a shift, of course, during this evening hour.
Mm.
Sort of like 2.5 hour shifts, 3 hour shifts.
I'm going to clean up our camp area and try to make sure that the smell of like cooked animal is gone, so
Okay.
that we don't have any unwanted visitors at nighttime.
Good to go.
Mhm.
So the most you can do is make it smell like smoke. You just burn more wood. You clean up after yourselves. You maintain the camp pretty much. You're the camp keeper. Someone's gotta, besides
Yeah.
free time, you guys still have to maintain your camp naturally. So someone's gotta go out to get firewood. Someone's gotta go out to, someone's gotta stay at the fire to maintain it. Maybe, right? Someone's gonna keep the area clean. Your camp doesn't consist of much other than a fire, pretty much, because you have no tents yet and no animals to tend to. So to secure.
I was
No
just
cargo.
wondering if I could like look around the area for more vegetation, fruits, vegetables.
You want to go out to find food? You're pretty tired though.
Yeah,
So if you go out to find food,
like
you
just
can
around
exhaust yourself.
the camp
Oh,
area
in
for
the
my
local area? Sure.
Yeah.
You observe the local
Okay.
area around you to see if there's any signs of food. You see potentially 0.5 pounds of edible foods. 0.5, not even a whole meal, half a meal. You see like maybe 3 mushrooms that might be edible. You see maybe a few flowers that might be edible. Or bundles of flowers in the area.
Just snag it all.
Snag it all, have a snack. Okay, so you add 0.5 to the food pile. You spent like the whole 8 hours just observing for any of that, and you managed to collect 0.5. So, Jeebus, during his time, he decided to work out.
Yeah, that sounds like Jeebus.
Right. The small halfling is very short. Let's see.
Just like chuckle from the distance, but I don't think he heard me. It's okay.
All right.
Hopefully.
You gotta stay in shape, right? So everyone's gotta work out a little bit every now and then. So okay.
Yeah.
So after this, 8 hours would pass. You guys would work during that evening shift. You guys would work for 3 hours to divide up the work, whether you were gathering firewood, um, cleaning, right, or gathering herbs like Kyo was, or food. For the most part, nothing really occurs, but we gotta see if any monster encounters happen. Out here in the grasslands, 1 in 6 for monsters. Nope. 1 in 6 for animals. Nope. Alright. It was a quiet evening. Wet, too, though. It started to rain, and you guys are out in the open grasslands, so of course you would try to camp around maybe some trees or a hill, so you can have some type of cover. But for the most part, you're just drenched. You're cold and you're wet. You build shelters, of course. You try to.
Yeah.
You get some sticks. You put ferns over it. You try to stay dry so you don't get hypothermia. But it's a miserable evening, other than it being peaceful. So a peaceful but miserable evening. You're soaked and you're cold by the time it's night, and you stay close to your fire. Of course, try to dry off and keep warm. You're all pretty much naked at this point, so your wet clothes can dry. You
Yeah.
try to keep it to the fire, not too close, but open, or you spread it out so all your clothes can dry. You don't wear a lot of clothes, but the armor is what gets soaked. Your gamsons are just heavy with rainwater.
Can I like use wait, actually before this all happens, can I just like use my shield over my head? Will that help at all?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect.
Besides that, of course, helmets have to be re-oiled when you get back to town, otherwise they'll start to rust. Same with any metal weapons. Let's see. Bows have to be let out to dry, otherwise they're not going to be very strong. They're going to be too flexible, right? Too soft. So rainy days are very bad for everyone and all equipment, armor and weapons, supplies. So you can keep it dry in tents. Okay, you have no tents yet, so that's not good.
We are
Alright,
so prepared. Let's go.
yes, indeed. We're on the struggle bus. Your characters are sickly, you're wet. Let's see if anyone gets a cold. From being wet this long around the fire, there's still a 1 in 20 chance to catch a cold. So, a cold that can affect the character during the expedition. Alright, everyone seems to be doing fine. Despite being exposed to the harsh weather, you stay warm. And you don't get a cold during the evening. Now we're on to the worst part of the shift, the night shift. There's only 3 of you, so you all have the 3-hour shift then, so that the others can get 6 hours of sleep. Right? So, middle shift is going to be the worst, right?
I'll take middle shift because they were doing more active things.
Okay, Jeebus thanks you, right? He's like, thanks, Kyo. You're the best.
And I'll take night shift.
Well, you're all taking a night shift, right? But you want to take like the,
Well,
the
like
first shift?
the shift that I'll take the last shift closer to like when we're gonna
So the
wake
morning
up.
shift, I guess. That's the easiest shift, actually. So, you'll get the best sleep. The second worst, right? The middle shift, or the first shift is, from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And there's the...
Oh, I'll take first shift then. Fuck it, I'll take first shift because I have 2 attacks anyway, just in case.
Alright, let's see if anything occurs tonight. Monsters?
So,
Animals? Alright, nothing came by while you guys slept. You slept peacefully in the rain around the fire. By morning, the rain stops. If anything, it becomes a light drizzle. And you're hungry as fuck. You only have 2.5 pounds of food. You guys can ration it, have 0.5 food for breakfast. So at least have something in your stomach.
yeah, I'm just gonna eat some veggies.
So you guys eat half a pound of food each. It's like basically eating half a sandwich, right, or something.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but it's better than nothing. So you're down to 1 pound of food. Okay. And soon malnourished will kick in and starvation. So, alright. But you push on. You guys want to march into the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They're to the east. The trail leads into the mountains. The caravan trail.
I'm gonna keep looking for vegetation on the way.
Okay. So in that case, 1 hour movement, or 1 mile movement, 1 mile per hour. Is that fine?
Okay.
Is that okay with you two, Dren? So Kyo's on
Yeah,
board.
yeah, that's fine.
She wants to forge on the way. You want to hunt, and Jeebus will keep an eye out for monsters. In the
Yeah.
mountains, there's a 1 in 6 chance for dragons, 1 in 6 chance for monsters, 1 in 6 chance for, and 1 in 6 chance for animals. So we'll start with the dragon. No dragon encounters during the day.
God. Okay.
Monsters? Nope. Animals? We roll twice because dragon's looking for animals. Okay, no animals spotted. Small game. Dren, as you march throughout the day, it takes you 3 hours to get through the mountains out of the 6 hours you can march during a day. So you can collect half the amount of small game as you're out here. So 1 divided by 2.5. You saw a very small game, just a bird out there, which you were able to shoot if you wanted to. It had half a pound of meat on
Yeah.
it. Did you want to shoot it?
Yeah,
It
might
was
as well.
a crow, pretty much. You shot a crow down. It was just
Sounds
sitting there and you shot him, right? It blew up. You harvested the meat, 0.5 meat.
Blew up. We just got some dirty meat.
Yeah. So you got some
Okay.
fresh crow meat. And Kyo, half a day through the mountains. You're trying to forage any mountain vegetation. Alright, you got 0.5 vegetation, so we're at 2 pounds of food.
Okay.
You found like
Could I get some
dandelions
help
and such.
Could I get some help from Jeebus?
Jeebus, he's busy keeping his eye open for monsters. Without him, we would get surprised easily, right? He keeps an eye open for any approaching or distant monsters, so that you can spot them from a distance. He's also leading the way as you guys look for like other things like tracks and food.
Okay.
So he's a good scout. After all, he's a halfling. Okay, so you've been led through the mountains. You got through the mountains after 3 hours of marching, and you arrive in grasslands again. So you've made it out of the mountains, so now you have to push through grasslands. Actually, you didn't make it out of the mountains because the mountains have your rate of movement again. So it took you the entire day actually to get to the mountains. So after
The
lunch,
mountains are up. Just like at it.
to get out of the mountains, to push out the 3 miles of mountains, you have to spend the whole day if you're moving at 1 mile an hour. So because it halves your speed and you're already at half speed, so you're moving at 0.5 miles per hour through the mountains. Before we push on for the last bit of the stretch through the mountains, you guys did have to eat lunch, so you guys all ate 0.5 food for lunch again, a snack pretty much. You're very hungry still. And because you're hungry, you now have a -1 penalty to hit and damage. But you're not starving yet, so let's see. Alright, your bellies are aching, you want more food, and you've been working all day, right? So imagine hiking
I feel
all
like
day
we
and not
could
getting a
both
snack or
get a pound of food, then just charge our way to the rest of the fucking way.
just
That's
run.
what I say.
Start jogging all the way to the village. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We both have like a full pound of food, and then we just like go for it. Like no stalling, no nothing.
Yeah, we
Forest
can.
march. Okay, well, before that happens, of course, the last part of the day, the last 3 hours of your march, as you are about to leave the mountains, there's still another chance to encounter small game. Let's see. Dren ends up hunting down, divided by 2, 1.5 pounds of small game, consisting of any kind of small game, right? You can imagine. But he harvested 1.5 pounds, which brought us to 2 pounds of food. And Kyo, you managed to find 1 pound of vegetation, mountain vegetation.
Okay,
What was that?
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So by the time it's dinner, when you get out of the mountains and into the grasslands again, you guys can each have a full meal to restore your hunger, and you won't have a penalty anymore. If you eat half a pound of food again, you'll still have the -1 penalty, but you won't be starving. Starving's bad. You're gonna move at half speed.
Yeah.
So, okay. So basically, men can survive 7 days without food, but it doesn't mean that they're moving for the full 7 days, right? After the first day, you're hungry as fuck. The next day, you're starving, and that means half speed, and then eventually you're just immobile. If you're on 3 to 4 days without food, you just can't walk anymore. You're just in so much pain. And then of course, you eventually slowly die after 7 days without food. Especially if you're, doing strenuous activities, right? Naturally, if you did nothing, you didn't have to eat.
How much? Okay. How much does garlic give me? You know, because I have some garlic on me.
Yeah, you have I think let me check how many garlics you purchased. You did one purchase of garlic. It's just like herb, right? I guess you can eat herbs. Let's see.
Yeah,
Um,
we just like
last resort.
eat some
Garlic
bread.
bread. Um, let's see. Herbs. It is 1 pound of herbs actually, so it's technically 1 pound of food. You can eat 1 pound of garlic, I suppose. You have 1 pound of it.
Well, how much do we have total then? If I like put that into the stash.
Uh, if you put the garlic into the stash, you would have 4 pounds of food.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on us both eating 2 pounds of food and then just going for it?
Adding the garlic to
Yeah.
the pool.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Do
Right.
you want to try? You could do that, right?
You could.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
garlic's been added, so we got 4 pounds of food now. A whole pound, or 25% of it just consists of garlic.
I can't.
A very healthy meal, I suppose. Garlic is pretty healthy for you, but it smells weird after a while.
Yeah.
We just scarfed the food down.
Yeah, all that garlic she's been carrying. Okay, so
Awesome.
you eat, um, and you have dinner, a full dinner tonight. Everyone's like hoping to get that full dinner, and you guys are finally satisfied. Your hunger's quenched, or satisfied. Um, you no longer have a penalty. Okay. Now, let's see if we survive the evening shift. Monsters? Nope. Animals? Nope. Night shift?
I like how we said survive and let's see if we encounter monsters. Like, it's not. Oh my lord. Okay.
During the night, during one of the shifts, something did come by your camp. Let's see if we're surprised. You weren't surprised. Let's see who was on watch. It was the last shift. It was Jeebus's shift.
This. Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Let's see what he encountered. D8 and D12. Okay, grassland encounter 510. Or I think it's just a D12. Yeah. Animal encounter. Let's see. You heard distant animal sounds. It sounded like large birds from the mountains to the west. A beautiful sight, he reports. As the sun rises, he wakes the two of you up, and you witness golden eagles flying over the peaks of the mountains west of you.
They like chunky eagles.
Yeah, they're very
Like
big brown eagles,
eagles.
golden eagles.
They
Uh,
say eagles.
Are they like humongous?
They're
Or
huge, yeah.
let's not fuck with them. They will kill us.
Eagles?
Yes.
What? And I like. Will they get like lured by vegetation?
They are very fast,
I think
and they have
golden
this
eagles are, yeah,
fucking
carnivorous.
yeah, they have this dive bomb thing that they can do, which makes it very impossible for us to shoot or swing at with any weapons.
We could like leave some bait and they like eat it, and someone like shoots one in the head, and then we just like bolt. But yeah, we can just like appreciate the sight. You know, it's just pretty. Some chunky ass eagles like flying around. Oh yeah, I love to just I can watch.
Alright, we push on. After breakfast, which is, we only have 1 pound for food, so I guess we skip breakfast. You can go without breakfast, you'll be fine. But, because you ate a full meal last night. So you push on without breakfast. Into the grasslands, and begin your travels again. The trail leads through the grasslands, and into, dense woodlands. A forest. Very dense, very dark. Full of webs. Alright. So now we're traveling through a forest trail. It's a very tight trail. It's about 5 foot wide. Lots of branches poking at you from the sides. But you do your best to push through together. Anyway, to get through the grasslands, you are foraging and hunting again as you marched, moving at half speed. So 1 mile per hour. To get through the grasslands, it took you about 3 hours.
Can we
Half
like
of
go
the time.
fast?
You want to go fast? So if you want to go fast, you stop hunting and foraging, right?
That's fine.
You guys want
Yeah,
to?
that's
I
fine.
just
Okay.
fuck it. Like let's just go as fast as we can.
All right. So you stop hunting and foraging. You just push this time, a full push. So marching at 2 miles per hour in that case. So it only takes you about an hour and a half to get through the grasslands. You have 4.5 hours to march. You made it through the grasslands and into the forest. And the forest would end up taking you about, it's reduced your speed by 33%. So instead of 2 miles an hour, you would move at about 1.3 miles an hour. To get through the forest, you only have to get 1.5 through it. So it takes you about a little over an hour to get through the forest to the river. From that river, you will follow it because the forest trail leads along the river north. So about basically 2.5 hours, 3 hours later, half the day's march, you find yourself at the river and you're marching upstream now. So you might be getting close now. The trail here is a bit wider, a bit light-hearted, or I guess lighter, right? It's brighter here along the river. You're no longer in the dense jungle of the forest. You're now marching along a river where it's clear and the sun can shine on you. It's a spring day out here in the Scorchmoor and it's getting warm, right? It's no longer as wet. Scorchmoor is super hot in the summer though. Super humid and hot, like slave weather in the south, right? So
It's okay. It's only February.
yeah, it's March right now in the campaign world.
March. It's only March.
Yep, so it's just
Like the
starting
very
to
start.
become a normal spring season. Oh, you're good. No worries.
Um.
Alright, monsters. Nope. Animals. Nope. Bandits. No. Alright,
Sweet.
Nice.
you made it upstream
Uh,
to the ferry. You approach a small outpost where a ferry and a bridge and a dock is, right? Or not a bridge, but a dock. So this is the ferry that takes you across the major river here that you've been following upstream. The river, you never
do they have
crossed it, of course, 'cause it's really deep and
any?
wide.
Do they have any like food? Because I'm just gonna like beg for food and salmon then.
Okay. As you approach the outpost, you can see, it's about noon, a little past noon, maybe afternoon at this point, early afternoon when you get to the
Wait,
outpost.
can I like wash up in the river first so I can like look presentable?
Okay, so before you guys approach, Kyo wants to
Yeah.
stop at the river and wash up. Dren, you want to do the same?
Yeah.
Alright. Jeebus will keep a lookout. Two of you wash yourselves in the river. Just clean your faces and hands, is that good? Or do you plan a shower? Take a bath.
I would
Mm.
rather shower bath because especially with the garlic and everything, like I don't know,
You have been marching for about 2 days, so.
wash up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let her take a shower first, and I'll take mine.
Alright. Jeebus keeps watch. You can start a fire so you guys can dry off. And basically you guys will just take a rest. This is your lunch break, I suppose. Because you haven't taken a lunch break yet and it's already early afternoon. So your lunch break is an hour long. And during this time, you guys will eat whatever food you have, which is 1 pound of food, which is not enough for anyone. It's a small snack, if anything. So 1 pound of food, right? You can imagine it's like one chicken fillet, right? Or chicken breast. You have to cut it 3 ways and you'll just get a small bite to eat. So you
I'll
all
use
get a
the
small bite.
protein.
Yeah, Dren cooks it. Jeebus keeps watch. Kyo washes herself. Um, and then after that, she comes and you guys eat, and then Dren of course washes himself. Jeebus doesn't care for a shower. Let's see. He says he'll shower when he gets to the village. Okay, so Dren, you washed yourself. You're nice and fresh. You had a snack. You guys have had your lunch break. We'll take a small break in real life too, since you characters took a break. I should let you guys take a
Alright.
little break. So take 5.
Okay. Oh, I've
We are
just been writing
surviving.
everything down.
Huh?
I've just been writing everything down that's like been happening.
We are surviving.
Yeah, we are. Cause I didn't even know I had garlic. I forgot I had garlic until I looked at my character stuff. I was like, oh shit, you know? A
Mhm.
pound of fucking garlic. Oh my god.
can't tell
actually
you.
do appreciate you staying because like I felt bad because I was kind of like enjoying just like the world building a little bit. Like I can tell he likes like combat and like doing shit. You know?
Yeah, some of the guys like that. I mean, one of the guys yesterday was the same way. You just learn to cope with it, I guess.
Yeah, I like the world building. You know, like interacting with different parts of the world is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I love playing D&D. Like I do so I play Old School Essentials, and then I also play Five Torches Deep, and then I play a few other um games too.
I have no clue what that means, but that sounds awesome.
They're like D&D,
Okay.
but slightly different.
What's the difference?
Mm. So there's like so this is Old School Essentials, like uh the very first D&D,
Mhm.
you know. Um then there's fourth edition, which I play, fifth edition, which is the newer version of D&D, and then Five Torches Deep as well, which is oh, excuse me, a different game system, or a different game style, I should say.
If there's ever any like open campaigns or anything, like I'd love to join. 'Cause I'm just again like this is my first experience with D&D and I fucking love it. Like this is super fun.
Hmm.
I'm down to try anything, you know. I didn't even know there was different versions. I just thought this was like the only version.
Yeah. Um. What time is it for you right now?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. and it's 1:30 a.m. for me. So
Oh my god, what are you awake?
um, it's just 5 p.m. 4, 3, 2, 1 p.m. noon. 11, 10, 9. Wait, 5 p.m. Hold on. What the fuck?
Can you hear my guinea pig? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how many hours you are ahead of me.
Well, if it's 1 p.m., so 14 hours.
So at 8 a.m.
Which is 12 a.m. for me.
It would be 10 p.m. for you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. What?
Um,
It would be, why would it be 10? Wait, it starts at 8 for you? 8 a.m. for you?
yeah.
But I'm 14 hours. It'll just be 12
Mm-hmm.
in the morning. 12 a.m. 12 a.m.
Alright, it's been roughly 5 minutes. Hopefully it was a long enough break.
Oh,
Yep.
this is perfect.
Let's continue. Your party has been traveling through this treacherous Bloodland for a few days now, and you've finally reached the river. You heard, or you might remember, from perhaps others telling you about the route to Gagefsi. The river is one of the last stops before you reach the village of Gagefsi. North of you is the ferryman, his ferry boat, and a small outpost right on the west bank, consisting of a few tents, and of course the ferryman's western side, western dock, where there's a small uh, wooden, I guess, outpost, right, or hut that he can rest in. At least the west side can. So there's two ferrymen probably, the east and the west. So this is the western one. This is Tenki side. So
Mm.
you can approach it now if you want, but you're currently standing along the shore south of course, the ferry. What do you want to do?
Let's head over, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, head over.
Give you an idea of the wilderness map. Let's see. Let's move this. Let's move this. Down here. Each square on this wilderness map represents about 3 miles. So you've made it a far distance. You've gone through, of course, the forest. Say, or you gone through grasslands? Oops. Let's do green.
Okay.
Okay, so what the?
Is the ferry like a big ferry or like a little ferry?
It's a large ferry, like a big,
Okay.
large wooden water vessel, right?
So they would have food services, right? Right.
No,
Oh shit.
it's just
Okay.
one large wooden
Mhm.
platform, pretty much. With in the middle of it
Okay.
is like a little hut. But along the ferry, there's many like rows, you know, that men will row to push the ferry across. So when the ferry's on this side and you approach it, you get in line to cross. The ferry is stationed here. There's a roster of about a dozen oarsmen, right? And of course the captain of the ferry. So he tells you the feed to get across. The ferry leaves once every hour, right? So that way it builds up a decent amount of people before they make the crossing. The river's only about 90 feet wide. The entire ferry is roughly the size. It's about 15 feet by 15 feet, right? Or actually no, it's like 10 feet by 20 feet. It's about a 10-foot wide ferry. No, actually, it'll be 15 by 15. So it's a 15 foot by 15 foot ferry, right? Just a square shaped ferry. In the center of it, there's of course a small little hut, shelter, right? But along the sides, right, it's got the oars that you can use to paddle it across the river. So, let's see, medieval ferry.
Okay. Okay.
So something like, it's not like what these frontiersmen have. So that, but a bit larger. More like this one actually. Let's see.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
got a house in the center of it. It's 5 foot by
Okay.
5 foot, and it's a square ferry instead of a rectangle. Let's see. Doesn't need to be very large because the river here is not very large. It's only 90 feet wide. The ferry is about 15 by 15, so it takes it just maybe a minute to get across. All right, they load up the ferry, and should be everything. So yeah, you guys climb into the ferry. The cost is 1 copper per person.
Hey, Dren, would you be able to spare 1 copper? I'm kind of broke.
I don't have copper either.
Oh, yo, hey, Jeebus. You know, so if we really if we want to get there, we kind of need you to pay for both of us. I'm sorry.
Jubis kind of shakes his head. Why did we take on this task when we were gonna be? I have no money either. Perhaps we can barter with him.
Yeah. Should I pull the nun card? I can pull the nun card.
You can try.
Okay.
So you
If
talk
you
to the
guys think it'll
ferryman,
work.
right? His oarsmen are ready to take you guys across, but you talk to the ferryman. What do you say to him?
Wait, can we discuss really fast first? I just
Sure. You keep your distance. You talk as a group.
Yeah.
We can tell him because back then there like a person's word meant a lot, right? So we can tell him that we're trying to get across to deliver that message with the church, and once we get paid, we can come back and pay him.
Yeah, I would love to do that, and I feel like what was it? Like maybe
That or like we could help on the on the ferry, see if he needs help with anything. We can work.
rowing, yeah, or something.
Yeah, we can work for passage.
Okay. Yeah, we can try both options if one doesn't work. But let's start with the payment, yeah?
Okay.
Okay. So you guys walk up to the ferryman, Derriton. He introduces himself. You know, like, good afternoon. I'm Derriton. I'll be the ferryman. I'll be taking you across for 1 copper. Are you ready to pay?
I'll try and...
My good sir, we would pay. However, we currently don't have the funds, but my friend Keo here is actually traveling from Sir Tanky with me, doing a job for her church to deliver a letter, which she would be compensated for, and we could come back and pay you.
We're delivering a deed of a great hero to the temple. So if you'd be so kind to let us through to like help deliver peace and everything for those, and we will gladly come back and compensate you for our funds that we receive.
Okay, so you guys say this
And
together? Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she's a woman of the cloth, so she cannot tell a lie.
S-
Derriton shakes his head. I can give 2 fucks if we are. If we don't get paid, you're not crossing.
Is there any way we could for you, like while we take the ferry, if you need help rowing or any of the
Perhaps
sort?
we could work for passage.
Okay, you have a -1 penalty due to, of course, Dren having a -1 charisma, so he's a bit shy. But you are reasonable people. You offer services. He does accept. So, he says, sure. If you want, you can work here at our small outpost tonight. We can always use some help cleaning and cooking and gathering wood. If you work here for a night, we'll take you across for free tomorrow. How's that?
That works.
It's an 8-hour
Thank you
shift.
so much.
Right.
I will start gathering wood.
Well, they
Are you
task
fine
you
with
out.
that, Jeebus?
You don't get to pick what you want to do. So, they assign Jeebus to
I'd love to.
cleaning. They assign Kyo to cooking, and they assign Dren to gathering firewood. Yeah, so you're right.
Thanks.
So Dren, you go off
Perfect.
into the woods to gather firewood for their camp on the western side. Jeebus is asked to clean. Jeebus says fuck no. At first, right? He's like,
I'll do Jeebus's job too. You know, I'll try. It just
Alright.
won't be pretty.
you do Jeebus's job for him. You clean and you cook. You're very tired by
Yeah.
the end of the day. Then, so you're gonna do all 2
Right.
tasks. So you're exhausted by the time evening comes. And Jeebus apologizes, but he doesn't like this man, right? He doesn't like Darton.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you do his job for him. So, at the end of the day, Kyo is exhausted. She cooked and cleaned for the camp. And Dren, you gathered wood for the camp and chopped wood for the fire. And the next morning, also they did not feed you, by the way. The dinner was just for them, his oarsmen. So they didn't feed you. They weren't
Damn.
kind enough to feed any of you. That wasn't part of the deal, right? So that's what he says, right? Wasn't part of the deal, so you don't get to eat your own food. Alright. Anyway, you have no food. You're starving, right? You're very hungry by the next morning. After all that work, especially Kyo. She looks miserable in the morning, of course. She's eaten nothing and worked super hard yesterday, right?
Can I scavenge for food for us?
You're tired. You'll be exhausted if you try to scavenge for food.
Can Jeebus do it because he didn't do anything yesterday?
Okay, he's willing to do that at least. If it's food for you guys, then yeah. Jeebus went out to gather food. He went hunting. See any wild game? Any monsters? Any wild game again? 2 rolls. Let's see, patrols. And small game. You collect 5 pounds of small game, increasing your food to 5 pounds. Just 1 pound was used. So you guys did eat dinner together. You made a separate fire, and because you guys were pretty tired by the end of the day, Jeebus cooked for you. So he cooked 3 pounds of food. You guys ate dinner at your own separate camp from Derriton's camp. Okay. The next morning, he takes you across the river for free, though, at least. So, he kept his word on that. You guys worked his camp, and he takes you across. You made it to the other side. You're now on the Gefsi side of the river, the east side, where there's a different ferryman and a different crew of oarsmen. They welcome you to the east side, and you make your way to Gagefsi. It's a straight shot from here, they tell you. Follow the road. Now there's no longer a trail, it's an actual road. Follow the road, you'll make it through the countryside, through the surrounding farmlands, and of course into the village. So, your journey's coming to an end. The last few miles go by pretty quick. This area is actually quite beautiful. It's a light forested plains. You enter the countryside, just hills and hills of vegetation, of crops and such. Few homesteads out here. These are peacetime lands. You're no longer on the frontier, right? You're on kind of some peacetime lands. A few military outposts, a few patrols were spotted on your way into the village, right? The patrols consisted of horsemen riding through the countryside with banners, right? Just keeping an eye open for any intruders. But they kept their distance from you. So just patrolling along the borders of the territory. You make it into the village. You're now in the village of Gesi. Upon arrival, you can see, of course, in the inner part of the village, there's the village walls that protect the most important parts of the village, such as the keep. There's a moat and bailey there. Not a keep, but a moat and bailey. There's industry there. The temple's within the walls too. There's a smaller temple on the outside of the walls, if you're interested, but the main temple is within the walls. And not anyone can enter the walls, naturally. Only, of course, members of Gagefsi, or the actual villagers. Foreigners are not allowed. This is your guys' hometown, by the way. Gagefsi is your hometown. It's where you were born. So you guys are allowed within the walls, naturally. You can also visit your families, brothers and sisters, whatever. But you're back in your hometown.
I want to visit my family. That's the first thing I want to do.
Okay, so Kyo will visit a family member. Dren, you just arrived, right? You're in the village finally. It's calm and peaceful here. People are just working.
I'm gonna tell Jeeves to stick with Dren.
Okay. Jeeves says he wants his payment. He worked really hard and wants to get paid.
Okay, Jeeves, do you mind if I go visit my family really fast? I just haven't seen them in a long time, so.
Let's see his reaction.
That's fine.
Well, Dren says it's fine. Jeeves says, fuck no. Let's get paid first. You can see your family after. I have a family too.
Right.
Alright, you guys want to go to the
Okay.
temple and get paid?
Let's go to the temple and
Yeah.
get paid.
Alright, you'll keep it quick and short so you can enjoy the last part of the game, which is just the off time, right? Enjoying the golden glory, right? Your spoils, spoils of war. So, you visit the temple to get your pay. You walk in, right? You meet with the priest. We'll keep it short and simple. If you want, you can go in depth, but for now we'll keep it simple. So if you do want to, just let me know. But anyway, you talk with the priest. You show him the letter, the will of Fergmont the Acolyte. He thanks you for your services to the church, and you receive your payment, which is 10% of the value of the will, right? Since you delivered the will. So you receive basically, let's see, I'm gonna roll for it. So it's gonna be 10% of this. So it was about 100. Yeah, it's about 10 gold is the will. So 1,000 silver. So you get 100 silvers as payment for turning in the will. Right? No, not 100 silvers. 100 coppers.
silver?
100 coppers. Yeah.
I was like, 100
Or
silver?
it was 10 gold. So 10 gold is 100 silvers. 10% of that is 10 silvers. So it's 10 silvers. So 10 silvers is 100 coppers. So you guys can divide that. So you each get maybe 30 each, 33 each, and there's one extra. But
Can I
Jeeves
take
is
the
after all a
extra? 'Cause
retainer,
I
so
was-
Jeeves is deserving of only half a share naturally. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, go ahead, never mind.
So you guys can do maybe like it would be 40, 40, 20 pretty much. So you each get 40 and Jeeves gets 20. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so Jeeves receives his payment of 20 coppers. You guys each get 40 coppers. Alright, so you're no longer dirt poor
I'm
anymore.
gonna go run and see my family. You
Alright.
guys do your own thing. Bye.
So Kyo branches off to go see her family. Kyo, you're a nun, by the way, so your family's small. You're sent off to the
Yeah.
church early on. I suppose you have a father, so you want to go see your father? Alright, let's see the details of Kyo. Kyo, let's see your age. You're young. You're at the start of your career. You are 11 plus 12, it's 23 years of age. Let's see.
Mm.
Okay, let's add that. Alright, I'm gonna go meet your father. Your father's name is Burmox. Let's see. It's randomly generated. So Burmox is your father. We can add it to the notes so you don't forget.
I'll write that down too.
Okay, so you visit your father's home here in Gogifsi, and like most of your family, since you're the first of your generation to get freeman status and become a nun and such, he is indeed a serf to the land, a slave to the land, right? So you find him, you try to find him at least, and you find your father. It's midday, and he's surprised to see you, right? Because he hasn't seen you in months. So his job out here as a serf is a farmhand, right? He just farms the land. So
I know this is
he
like.
reacts terribly. He says, "What in the fuck are you doing here, Kyo?" Right?
Oh my god.
He's angry to see you.
I'm so sorry. I was here on a delivery through the temple, and I came here to give you this. And I know it's kind of dumb, but I gave him 25 copper.
Okay.
And like,
All right. You reacted negatively anyway. He slaps your money from your hand, right? Says, "Where did you get this money?"
I got it because I delivered a deed of a great hero. Uh, and I wanted to give you some because I know that you've been working so hard, and I know you deserve so much. So I wanted to do this for you because I came to see you.
Your father is, looking back to the land he's farming, right, or working on. He says, he says to you, "Why are you wearing all this gear? You're supposed to be at the temple." Then, did
Through our
you
travel,
run away?
never. It's just, I met a group of people, and they're so interesting, so incredible, and on our way here, there was a potential of, a ton of monsters, like dragons and all sorts of things that I don't know much about, so they let me have protection, and it helped out a lot. I would never run away. I had a mission behalf of the temple. That's why I'm here. So
He kind of shakes his head and grabs you and embraces you. He hugs you for a moment, picks up your money and gives it back to you and says, "I have to get back to work, Kyo, but perhaps after work we can talk some more."
I'll treat you to dinner. I promise. Maybe you can meet my friends too.
Talk later.
Okay.
He pats your shoulder. You're taller than your dad. Your dad's only about 5'5", maybe at this point. He's getting shorter as the years go by. You're 5'6". You're really tall for a woman. I'm gonna see if your mom is still alive. Your dad is still alive, but your mother, 2 in 6 chance she's already dead. Right? Oh yeah, she passed away a while ago. So you just have a father. Okay. So, I mean, you're 23 years old. Most medieval people only live half the human lifespan in these times, so 50, 60 years of age. And given that you're in dangerous territories usually, their life expectancy is even reduced, again, right? So, your father is one of the few that survived for a very long time. He's probably in his 40s, 50s at this point, getting
Most
very old,
Asian dreams.
possibly. But yeah, he sent you off early on to be a nun, right? So he expected he was surprised to see that you're wearing the outfit of a soldier, right? So
Yeah.
he's confused, very confused, right? He saw you wearing a shield, your
I
robes, your
kind of
weapons.
lied, but I think it was a valid lie. You know, like, oh,
Yeah.
I had to protect myself because over.
All right. So yeah, your job nowadays is adventure, right? Sell a sword. You murder people for money. So, or murder monsters for money. So
I try not to.
you try not
My
to,
goal
but
is not murder them, but I kind of tag along for the
other
help.
missions, yeah, non-murderous missions like delivering a letter, so
Yeah.
messenger. Okay.
You're just a healer for those people that are killing people.
So as you enjoy yourself at the farmlands meeting your father for the first time in a long time, Dren, how do you want to spend the rest of the game?
I'm going to get some food.
Okay, you head to the markets, or do you want to
Not
go
gonna
to like
visit
a
your
restaurant?
family?
I don't have family in Gergetsi.
Oh shit.
All right. So,
Stop.
where do you want to go to get food? Do you want to go to like a restaurant? Do you want to go to the markets? Do you want to go to the streets? There are street vendors. Do you want to go to the tavern? Where
I'll
would you
go to
like
the
to go?
tavern.
All right. You make your way to the tavern. The roasted boar, or the roasted pig. I mean, that's what it's called. So you make your way to the roasted pig out here in Gagifsi. So you walk in, and it smells of apple pie. There are many other villagers here this late afternoon enjoying their lunches or late lunches, maybe even early dinner, right? It's about like 3 p.m. right now, so people are here having some food. Not a lot of people at this time, but soon there will be more after the workday comes to an end. So it's 3 p.m. Uh, what kind of food do you want? Do you want to go to the bar? Do you want to take a seat?
I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna sit at a table and I'm going to order the meal of the day.
Okay. So you have a seat at the table. You're at the roasted boar tavern or roasted pig. And you have a seat at one of the tables, alone, right? Just one of the standard tables, about 3 foot
Mm-hmm.
by 3 foot table. There's some napkins, some seasonings in the middle of it, and a barmaiden, a waitress, comes to see you. Let's see if she's attractive or not. She's hideous, right? So a short, fat woman approaches you. She's got all kinds of weird spots and moles and hair growing out of her ears and
Uh,
face.
you should just ignore her. You gotta find out. Is there like?
Evening, son. Would you like to eat? And she shows you
Uh,
a wooden tablet with all the food that they provide.
I will take whatever you would recommend that's good here.
Any of the pork dishes are delicious. As she says that, she kind of spits in your face.
Uh, yeah, I will. I'll take one of those and an ale.
I recommend this one. She points to something that says, the apple pie, uh, pork fillet.
Okay, I'll take that and I'll take an ale to complement it.
Would you like an apple cider? It's even more delicious than ale.
Sure, why not?
Alright, be right with you. I'll get you an ale if you still want one. An ale and an apple cider. How's that?
That works.
Alright, she walks off with your order. Okay, as you sit
Awesome.
here, enjoy yourself, your character's just relaxing socially now. A young man comes to see you. You're heavily armed and armored. The tavern doesn't really have any rules for weapons. You can walk in with weapons as long as you keep them at your belt. But any trouble, of course, you notice that there are indeed guards in the tavern, right? So they have crossbows, so they
Mm-hmm.
look like they've been eyeing you, particularly since you're new here, or you haven't been here in a while. Most of these customers are probably regulars. But a young man comes to see you. He says, "Mind if I have a seat right here?"
Sure, go ahead.
You look quite interesting. May I ask where you're from?
I traveled here from Sertanki.
Very nice, very nice. So Tenki, I heard that place is horrible. Stinks. People die. No one likes to go there except bloodthirsty killers. Like you. Unless you're leaving for good. Say,
Yeah.
can I have a look at that? And he points at one of your weapons. Never seen the weapon like that.
Mm.
Points at your short bow.
You could take a. I'm not gonna let you hold it, but yeah, you can take a look at it.
Oh, okay. What about that? He points at your quiver of arrows. Can I see one of those?
Sure. I pull one arrow out and I kind of keep an eye on him.
Alright. He wants to take it. You give it to him?
Fuck it. Yeah, you can have it. It's one arrow.
Alright, thank you. He takes it
Aw.
and starts to like taste it. Have you shot anyone with this?
Wait, don't eat that. That's not food. um.
The guy, by the way,
person,
he's
no.
only 15. You're talking to a 15-year-old man. Very young man.
Person, no. Animals, yes. I've killed some animals with that.
You're a hunter.
I tried, yeah. We scavenged. I came here with another companion. With two companions, rather.
Oh, you have a party?
What was that?
You have a party? A party?
Yeah.
Like a group? Oh. Would you be interested in perhaps the services of Firth? Firth the X-Men. And he walks to the back of the... He walks away for a moment and from a seat where an older gentleman is sitting. Very old gentleman. Who kind of just cheers to you, right? Makes a toast to you. The boy picks up the axe. See this?
Yeah.
This is Blackbeard, my ex. It's a bearded ex. Belonged to my father.
Didn't know.
He nods. He's my uncle. He can tell you that I'm very strong. I can cut any tree down with this axe. Imagine what it could do if I cut
You
a
don't
man.
say.
A few people have called me the man splitter, but I'm not anywhere near close to that yet. I haven't killed anyone yet, but I have split trees that are definitely stronger than men.
Is that right?
Yes, yes. I can do more than just swing an axe, though. I can carry heavy equipment. I can march for many days without food. Trust me, my dad, when he was here, when he punished me, he did not feed me for days, and I managed to get by cutting wood for him with no food.
Aw.
And the older gentleman comes to you and says, "All right, that's enough, Firth. Leave the man alone." But, and he pulls the Firth away. Okay, the waitress comes back to you to bring your food. Set your food on the table. It's the serving is actually a very large portion, and it looks beautifully cooked. Right, it smells delicious. Basically, it's this really well cooked, like grilled, and very shiny piece of pork. On top of it, there's bacon. It's glazed with it looks like honey and sugar, brown sugar. And then on top of that, it's surrounded by crumbled, broken pieces of apple pie with cinnamon and cream on top. And of course, your ale is foaming and cold, and then the apple cider is hot and with cinnamon in it. It smells really good. And then a nice loaf of warm bread and butter too. The butter mixed with cinnamon. It's a fine meal for a fine
Awesome.
warrior.
I will start eating my food.
Okay. Eventually, Firth and his uncle, they leave. Okay. But maybe you'll see him again. So, Firth, like many other sons, right, have fathers that go out to the frontier and die, and then they end up taking their place eventually, whether under someone else's wing as a retainer or as their own employer, right? Dren is a similar case, right? Dren, you're of House Alpha, and many of your predecessors have died within weeks of adventures, right? You had a life very similar to Firth, right? You're actually very young still, right? So you're probably only maybe in your 20s, but recently, just last week, another member of your household was killed, right? So it happens really often in House Alpha. Men of yours make it to the frontier and die, never to return. Let's see. Alright. So aside from this, but fortunately it's medieval times and people fuck like rabbits, so there's a lot of replacements. Okay. Alright. We'll go back to Kyo's scene. How long do you guys want to keep doing this, by the way? We don't have to play forever, of course. We've already gone... How long have we been playing? Let's see.
Yeah.
2 hours.
2 hours? Okay, we have an hour left, if you guys want. But it really ends whenever you guys want. So... At least a maximum of 3 hours. I don't want to keep you guys longer than 3 hours. That would be mean. So...
If for however long, I don't mind. I had everything prepped, like just in
Okay.
case it get last a while, like IRL, but it's up to you guys.
Okay. So... We'll start with Kyo. Or sorry, what did you say, Kyo? I couldn't really...
Oh, I said like I'm down for however long.
Oh,
Like, it
however
doesn't
long.
matter.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, we can continue. So Kyo, you left your father alone. He's working the farmlands, right? You like found him. You walked through the farmlands looking for your dad, and you spotted him among many other farmers, tending to the wheat fields.
I kind of want to go get like I know I'm a nun, but I low-key want to go get shit faced at a tavern.
There are other recreational activities for nuns, like prayer, and flogging,
Yeah, that's
and okay,
not
nursing.
holy, but
I mean,
it's like celebration for living, I guess, and that's
yeah.
a lot of calories, you know, like drinking and everything.
So for recreation, you want to go drinking?
Yeah, is that okay?
It is alright. There are better alternatives. That would be straying from the path of God, right? So,
True.
let's see. What can women do in their free time? They can uh, have a picnic. They can make some crafts, right? You can spend time with family, spend time with animals. Um,
Mm,
let's see. Your character is, of course, a nun, so you can't have sex.
shit.
Naturally, if you had sex in this game as a cleric, you would also lose your faith. Other than that, also, if you get pregnant, you can't be an adventurer, right? Trauma and starvation, like you did earlier, almost could, of course, affect your child if you're pregnant. So, until you
Okay.
retire, you cannot get pregnant, and you
Oh,
cannot.
having a kid, that's so cute. Okay, sorry. Um, I have to find like a God-fearing husband. But
Maybe
that's
when you
okay.
retire,
You know,
yeah. So,
I want to retire.
you don't have to be a nun
Um,
forever, yeah.
hmm, let's see. I Is there any jobs I can go do for the day?
You want to work instead of relax? Of an
I
arrival?
mean, I need money. Like, I don't have a ton, right?
Yeah. You can visit the temple and begin serving as a nun, right? Joining.
Oh,
This is the
here
original temple you lived at, your hometown temple.
I can just have a
The other
picnic.
nuns will be happy to see you,
I'll go
right?
to like yeah, I'll have a picnic, I guess, and
A
like
picnic?
wherever it's like really crowded, I would love to just like meet people or whatever.
Okay. So you spend your day in the village. You know, it's a work day. It's a weekday right now, so most people are working. But your work is different, right? You don't work like normal people. You're an adventurer, and your shift kind of ends whenever you're done with your adventure. So you go into the markets to prepare a picnic for yourself. If you want, you can buy food at the markets. There are other places you can go, like small restaurants, taverns, to get food. The markets have decent food too, right? There are food vendors in the markets. There are even food stalls there too.
Hmm.
Is that fine? You want to go to markets for food?
I'll go to the market.
Okay. And what kind of food do you want to buy for your picnic?
Options? What does the market look like?
Well, it's a medieval village market, so it's a lot larger than Zertenki. Zertenki's market was maybe about 50 foot by 50 foot with, maybe about a dozen so traders. The village market is a lot larger. It's maybe about, you know, uh, the size of a football field, right? So that much space is used just for market trade. There are vendors and stalls everywhere, caravans, from food to supplies to equipment to armor to miscellaneous gear like clothes and housing furniture, transport goods. All of it can be found in the markets. What kind of goods are you looking to purchase? You said food, right?
Yeah, food.
Do you want like
Maybe like
fresh
a
food or
blanket.
cooked?
Fresh. No, I
So like
think
uncooked
I don't
foods?
eat meat. I don't think I eat like a ton of meat unless like poultry or fish.
Okay.
That's just my character. I don't know.
Alright. Well, you go and visit the food stalls then. So you can imagine this is like medieval food stalls. They look like this. And you want fresh produce or do you want like a cooked meal?
Fresh produce.
Okay. So you visit the produce stalls. You see like vegetables being sold, fruits and veggies, um, grains if you're interested. In another area there's meats and of course poultry and eggs and such if you're interested in that. What kind
Yeah,
of
that sounds good.
vegetables you want?
Um, some like lettuce, um, spinach doesn't matter. Some tomato.
Okay.
Uh, there's like any fish or anything. I don't know like what their fishing is like, but
I don't think there are any tomatoes in this market actually. Um,
that's okay. They got
yeah.
garlic.
Tomatoes are originally from Spain, or not
More
Spain, sorry,
garlic.
South America. So
I mean, garlic. That'd be pretty fire.
garlic, there's definitely garlic here. You want more garlic?
Yeah, I'll take some garlic. Give me
Okay.
a like 6 pounds of garlic. No, just a pound, just a pound.
Another pound of garlic. Alright.
Yeah.
So an assortment of vegetables, food just consisting of veggies, and then some garlic. So because you have no meat in your food is actually at reduced cost. So instead of just food, you have vegetables, which don't include meat or grain. And vegetables are actually cheaper, more expensive than grain, but cheaper than meat. So uh,
Nice, nice.
instead of, so you want, how many pounds of veggies do you want? Like one
How
pound,
much
three
does a pound
pounds?
cost?
Just a pound of veggies?
How much does a pound cost?
Um, so typically 1 copper will get you 3 pounds of normal food, right? When it comes to veggies though, if you're just doing veggies, you can get like maybe 4.5 pounds of food instead. So 4.5 pounds of veggies for 1 copper, and then 6 pounds of grain for 1 copper.
I
Grain is
do
cheap.
what you just said, like both grain and veggies. Can I get those separate?
Separate? Okay, so you do 6 pounds of grain and 4.5 pounds of veggies.
Yeah,
Okay, so, and no meat.
for me.
Cost 2 coppers total for your food. You want fruits?
Yeah, I'll take
They're
fruit
very
too.
tasty and sweet. Okay. The
Mhm.
fruits are about the same price as vegetables.
Yeah, I'll get another 4 pounds. Food.
Okay, another copper. You have another 4.5 pounds of fruit. Alright, the
Yeah.
workday is coming to an end. Your dad only works the day shift, so he's probably done with work. You can go get him if you want.
Well, I was just wondering if there's like a thing where it's like, could I buy alcohol for like sterilizing if I put it in
Yep,
like a flask or
wine.
something?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'll also get that.
Alright, so you want a wineskin for wine? Is that
And
good?
then whenever it's evening, yeah, that sounds perfect.
Okay. Sorry, it cut out, I think, so I couldn't hear you. Okay, so a wineskin and some wine. 3 pints of wine is 1 copper, and then a wineskin is 2 coppers. So a total of three
I'll do the
coppers. Yeah.
coppers, 3 coppers.
What was that?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so we spent a total of 6 cents. You're at 34 coppers left. You now have a wineskin with 3 pints of wine. It can carry up to 10 pints, so it's only about a third full. Do you want more wine, or is 3 pints good?
Is that like full or
No,
no?
the wineskin is a third full. The wineskin carry up to like a little over a gallon of wine. 3 pints of wine is a
More
lot though,
cop,
right? So
more coppers.
you want to spend more?
Yeah, fill it up to the top.
Okay, so 2 more coppers will fill it up. So you're at 9 pints now. Pretty much full. Okay,
Perfect.
so
And
you got plenty
then
of wine.
yeah, I'll probably go eat with my dad now.
Alright, so you're gonna go pay another visit to your father, and we'll just take a small break. Let's take 5. When we come back, we'll do the Dren scene again.
All right.
Hey, I'm gonna go grab a drink of water. So I'm
Hydration is always good.
good. I'm like really fucking thirsty. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Welcome back.
All
Has it
right,
been
I'm
5
here.
minutes? Okay. I think
Yeah.
it's been about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'll just run or change up the map a little bit. But Dren, you left off your scene, or your part of the story. Dren's story took place at the tavern, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
So you're at the Roasted Pig Tavern. You're just eating your meal at the moment. While you're there, you don't know where Jeebus went. He's a retainer NPC, but we do know where Kyo went. She is in the markets at the moment.
Well, I was wondering, I think I might get some meat for my dad when, like, I'll have the picnic with my dad for, like, dinner.
Meat's considered, you know, like a, a, a rare thing to eat, right? So it's very expensive for meat. So if you do feed your dad meat, he
It's
probably will
okay.
be very happy.
He will?
Yeah, very happy.
Okay, then hell yeah. Give me, like, the finest meat they have. I don't care how much it costs. It's okay.
Okay. Uh, let's see.
Like,
Deer meat is pretty expensive, uh, as well as beef. Do you want to get either of those? Deer or beef? Red meats are usually the most expensive. And then ducks
whatever
are,
was
yeah, go ahead.
more most expensive. What's most expensive? Like, how much is it?
Fresh produce when it comes to meat. Um, Probably like beef or the deer meat is the most expensive. Um, if you just want the meat, it's gonna be for 1 copper, you probably get half a pound or 1 pound and a half of meat for 1 copper if it's just meat.
Copper meat.
So 1.5 pounds of meat for 1 copper. So if you, that's for like normal meat though, it's like chicken. Now if you want like good meat like beef, it's gonna be like twice as much.
Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be 2 coppers for 1.5 pounds of beef.
Okay, give me so 6 copper.
So 6 copper worth of beef, so you get 4.5 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beef. That's 4.5 pounds, right? About 4,500 calories of just pure meat.
He
Okay,
does
so
not get enough meat. You know, he doesn't get enough food in his body because he's just a poor little farmer rat.
he's not poor,
You know?
but yeah.
Well, he's not poor, but he's a serf. Like he's, like, you know,
Yeah. So beef is
yeah,
very delicious.
luxury
Yeah, treat.
treating him.
Okay. It cost you 6 coppers. You're down to from 32 to 24, I think. No, 26. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to purchase at the market? Oh, actually, before you do that, it's Dren's turn. So, Dren, you're at the Roast Pig Tavern, and you've been enjoying yourself, having a very delicious meal. Your character gets a +1 bonus to hidden damage since he feels really good right now eating this delicious meal.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna ask around to see if there's any like rumors or anything work.
Okay. Who do you want to ask?
I asked the bar lady that brought me the food.
The waitress? Okay, so you
Yeah.
wait for her to come back. She says, you know, uh, how's it going, dear? How's the meal? You liking it so far?
Yeah, it's going good.
Fantastic. Anything else I can get you tonight?
Um, no, but I was wondering if there was any or anything nearby or any rumors.
Rumors. What kind of rumors?
You know, people needing um help taking care of monsters or something.
Monsters. No monsters around here typically. I suppose if you want, travel to Sertenki. They always have monster issues there.
Hmm. There's no one dead or anything nearby.
No one dead? Suppose I heard someone's dog died the other day.
there's no. I guess you probably wouldn't know. Um. Okay.
Yeah, there are very few monsters in these parts, sir. But I suppose if you're looking for monsters, to the west of you are very terrible lands. The frontiers to the west. This is kind of the last good settlement before you're in a very bad place in this world. But we are in a very peaceful and very good part of Scorchmore. You're not gonna find much danger in these parts. Or
Okay.
are you are you perhaps interested in uh, live monsters? There's been rumors of uh, monster fighting at night in the markets, particularly at one of the bazaars of the caravans. They host monster fights. They have captured monsters from the west and pinned them against each other. There's a lot of people going out there for bets and coming into the tavern for food after. So I heard last
Interesting.
night they pinned this wicked dog man and this goblin against each other. I think the goblin won.
Hmm. Okay. Um. I'm gonna thank her for that information, and um, I'm gonna try talking to the guy, the guy that runs the tavern, pretty much,
A tavern
and
keeper?
see if he's heard anything. And I'm gonna walk over to the bar.
Alright, you look for the tavern keeper. You ask for him, and the barkeeper, who is a younger man, says the timekeeper's not in today, but I can leave a message.
Well, I was wondering, if you've heard any rumors of any work or monsters or anything nearby.
Anything nearby?
And I'm gonna slide him a copper piece.
Alright, you have a -1. You also offer money though, so that negates it. Perhaps you will spill any information he has or think really hard. Hmm, monsters nearby that need hunting. Not really monsters, but I suppose the forest west of here. They haven't really been a threat lately, but there's indeed a pack of wolves that people try to hunt down every now and then. They're dwindling in numbers, but the pelt is still catching a decent bounty. If you can find the pack, hunt a few of them down, I'm sure that would be enough money to satisfy your goals, whatever it might be. But yeah, monsters, not really any monsters around here. Wild animals, definitely. Wolves, for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Um, you haven't heard any rumors of any dungeons or temples that have recently been discovered?
This is Gogefsi. These are peacetime lands. The old threats have been cleared for many years. This is a safe haven for humans. But I suppose if you're headed to the frontier, west of here is Otenki, north of here is the dreaded death swamps, where Templars are crusading against the undead, ancient dead that have risen from the great temple labyrinth built in the mountainsides. South of here, believe the swamplands just continue descending into monstrous territories full of all types of wicked, horrible bugs and monsters and goblins and such. Believe most of us are pushing west though. That's what I've heard. A lot of adventurers, mercenaries, soldiers sent out to the west on the frontier, expanding territories deeper inland.
Um, you said undead to the north.
Yes, but that's usually something that the temple deals with. Ancient dead in the north. Those mountains used to be secured
Well,
by our ancestors. A mountain pass.
I mean, I do travel with the cleric, so um, perhaps if she hears something, I could assist her.
Sure, I suppose. The mountains are pretty far from here, maybe a day or two away. So, good luck trying to get to them, though. The
Okay.
swamps are pretty treacherous, I heard, at the base of the mountains.
I thank him for the information, and um, I will take my leave, and I will look for Kyo.
Alright, where do you want to go to find Kyo? Because you guys have already disbanded as a party. You're no longer in a party with her, right? She's doing her own thing. You're doing your own thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna head to the market since that's the closest thing nearby.
Okay. And then, Kyo, you pay a visit to your father now that the day is coming to an end. It's now, 4 p.m., 5 p.m.-ish. You make it into the farmlands outside of the village, and you go find your father. You ask around for him, I suppose, and a few farmers direct you to where he went. You eventually find your father is in his apartment. Uh, so, in the farmlands, there are farmsteads and farmhouses. Some of the farmhouses house many of the serfs in separate rooms, of course. You find him in his room. Your father lives alone these days in the farm home, and in his own separate room, naturally. Since he doesn't have any children to take care of anymore, he's very old, and he doesn't have a wife anymore either. So you walk in, and you knock on his door, and he comes to see you, right? He looks tired and grumpy. He says, "Oh, Kyo, hello.
Hi, Pops. Hi.
I'm
How are
kind
you
of tired
feeling?
right now, to be honest, Kyo. Perhaps we should talk tomorrow."
Oh, but I got us some dinner and I got you a surprise that I think you'll really enjoy.
See how he
Please,
reacts
I
to
just
this.
want for a good meal.
The old man just kind of nods eventually, right? It's a +1 bonus, so due to your, of course, offer. So he lets you into his room. He's got a 5 foot by 5 foot room. There's a bed, a nightstand, a small chest, a closet, a desk, a chair. This room is very simple. You see on his desk a picture, a painting of uh, your mother and him, and then a few separate paintings of you and your siblings. Your father has had many kids over the years. You're one of his maybe best ones,
Mm,
right? So, or at least one of the living ones. Survived to the age of 23.
yeah, yeah.
So, he pulls a stool out for
Uh,
you to sit on, and he sits in his bed.
uh, here, so I don't know if you wanted to do like a little picnic. If you just want to stay inside, that's fine with me, but I wanted to treat you to dinner.
Okay, let's use this token for your
Okay.
dad.
That's
He kind of sighs and says, "All right, Q, where do you want to go eat?"
That's up to you. If there's like just like a nice field, plenty of sunlight, that'd be awesome.
Okay. He says, it's getting late, but we can go outside to eat, I suppose. And he puts on his clothes again. Right now he's just wearing a tunic and brace. He puts on his shoes, puts on his coat and hat, and then you guys walk outside. And you've got a bag full of food. Let's see, I think. Yeah, you have a backpack and it's carrying all that food that you purchased and wine. Alright, your dad walks out with you. He's old. Let me see how old he is. Okay, so it's gonna be 32 plus 36. He is 44 years of age.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Doing good.
Okay, you're 23. So, you walk outside his room with him, right? He helps you. He says, "I'll carry your bag for you." your character's pretty tired. You've been carrying
Oh,
your
that's
backpack all day.
fine.
But your
Oh,
dad
I
looks
feel
really
bad.
tired too, so he takes your bag off.
I'll suffer through it. I'm fine with that.
What do you want to
I
eat,
can hold.
my daughter?
Is there just like a little park or like a little field around?
I mean, you're in the countryside. There's plenty of that.
Perfect. I just like plop out outside, you know?
Alright, yeah, walk outside. You want to get a distance from the. You want to get, like, how far do you want to be from the farmstead? Because right now you're in the farmstead. There's animals calling or like making
So
tons of
get a ways
noise.
out.
Alright, you want to be in the farmland or do you want to be like in the open green fields or
Open green fields for sure.
okay? You want to be under some shade or do you want to be out in the open?
Uh, like just around shade in case you wanna like
Alright,
be somewhere.
you guys find a nice tree on a hill to have your dinner, I guess. He's like curious of what we're gonna eat. He says, you know, Q, or by the way, it's Burmux Achu. I mean, his last name is Achu naturally because you guys are of House Achu. So Burmux Achu, or you know, Mr. Achu, he's like, there's no food out here. How about we go into the village and buy some food?
Oh, I have a ton of food in my bag actually.
Oh, you do. I see. He opens it up and sees it, and there's like tons of food in there, right? 4.5 pounds of beef, wrapped carefully, right? Tons of vegetables, tons of fruits, and a wineskin, and some grain. And he's like, "What the hell is all this?" Right.
I wanted to treat you because I was happy to be home, so I
You're
wanted
too
to
kind,
make
Kyo.
it.
The church taught you well. You were a bad kid when you were young. Very spoiled, very loud.
Ooh,
Good thing I
yeah.
sent you away. Alright. He walks up to get firewood.
Yeah. Do you
Alright, you
need
just
help, Pops?
he shakes his head, he's stubborn. He just grabs the wood himself.
Like me.
Alright, your dad comes
I just
back with
sit.
firewood and
I
starts the fire.
just
Sorry, what
have
do you want?
everything laid out. Like I kind of
You
use
want to prepare
my
it?
my shield
Yeah.
as like a platter, so I can lay everything out. You know.
Okay, sure. So yeah, you lay everything out between you and him. Oh shoot. Wrong
Yeah.
picture. Let's delete this. Oh, wrong one. Indeed. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, you
Everything laid
guys
out. And but yeah.
sit under the tree together at around 5 in the evening. He cooks the food. He takes your food. He actually leaves for a bit to go get seasonings for the food because he didn't buy any spices. He comes back with spices, of course, and
Got some
seasons the food.
garlic. You know.
You have garlic, I suppose. You want to use the garlic?
I use some garlic too, but if you already got spices, I'll
Wait,
use
you
that as
didn't
well.
buy the garlic. We ended up not buying it. It looks like forgot to
Oh,
purchase it.
I didn't. I thought we
Wait,
did.
I see grain. I see vegetables, fruit, wineskin, wine, beef. Okay, we can say you did. It cost I think 1 copper
Oh,
for
we
garlic.
did. Yeah, it was
So
1 copper.
you get a pound of
It was
garlic.
like yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
so you've got a pound of garlic in your inventory too. So he will use like half a pound of garlic on the meat. He's cooking the beef, making steak for it, the two of you. He cuts the meat into like small
Yeah.
slices, right? So it's easier to cook.
Yeah. I thought you'd like this beef. You know, like there was chicken and everything, but I thought this would be like a really like grand gesture for you. You know.
Where did you get all this money to afford all this meat?
I was actually broke yesterday, but I had no money. I had to work on a ferry just to um
You're a ferryman.
get over. I met a ferryman. Not the nicest guy, but I did my work and I helped cook for the soldier.
You're a
Or soldier.
housewife or a
Uh,
cook?
hopefully someday. Hopefully someday. But for
What,
now,
what do you even do now, Kyo? I see you wearing all this armor and weapons. Are you
well, I kind of follow along with the group. I'm a bit of a medic, you know, as I used to do at at the infirmary at the temple. I'm just like following a specific group of people now, you know? But I always pray. I always go to temple as much as I can, and I always try to help out.
Your dad's surprised to see you've accomplished so much and you've changed a lot. The Kyo he knew was just simply a nun working at the temple for many years, and now she's a mercenary slash nun still on her off time. But let's see. He reacts negatively to all this. He says, "This life of yours is very dangerous. I hope you stop it soon. Actually, I might have to keep you here forever. You probably can't leave. I probably won't let you leave, Kyo."
It's okay.
I'm
I
serious.
know
I can't let you risk your
God
life
put
like
this
this.
path out for me. God put this path out for me for a reason, and I think He would tell me to stop if I needed to stop.
Do you know what
But
happens to women who try their luck at a man's job, Kyo?
I'm I work in nursing. I work to nurse people. It happens to be in a dangerous field, but people that are in danger need it the most, you know.
You're sure
I'm
you
doing
can
the
trust
service.
your companions? Are they all men? I suppose they are.
Yeah, but I do have uh it's not about them being men. They're all very respectful.
Your dad just hates the idea. He hates it really bad. Reacts extremely negatively. Tells you, after this dinner, we're going to change your life for good. We'll find your husband. How's that? You can leave the church. You can
Oh,
settle down and live in the village with me.
settle down. I
You are getting older. You're 23 and you have no husband yet.
It's true, but maybe you should meet my aunt.
Are they
Really
gonna take care
understand
of you
like
when you get old? They're not. They're rugged, dangerous men. Frontiersmen, I suppose, right? Mercenaries, soldiers.
I know you worry about me, but look where I am now. Look what I can afford. Look what I can do for you. If I'm not going down this path, I'm a careful person. I'm not like I was when I was a kid. I really changed and I want to prove that to you.
Alright, your dad again reacts negatively. As you guys eat dinner,
Ah,
he kind of stops, gets up, and walks to you. Like, grabs you by the collar and says, Kyo, this life is too dangerous. You listen to me. Tomorrow morning, you're going to become a normal person. This food is delicious, but I don't want you to die. You're one of the last people that remind me of your mother.
no. But I,
He's kind of furious, right? But he's also kind of hard to take seriously because your dad is covered in grease, right, from eating steak. He's also drinking the wine, so he's getting a little drunk as he talks to you.
Pops, don't drink all of that.
He already drank like 3 pints. Let's see if he got drunk yet. So it's every drink, saving throw, and wine gets you drunk a lot faster than beer. So failed, that's already a buzz. Failed, that's already drunk, lightly drunk. Failed, oh no, that's pass. So he's drunk right now, just like partially drunk. So he's definitely drunk. He's no longer buzzed. He is drunk.
I'm
So you can
gonna
smell
just start
alcohol in his
walking
breath.
him back to his. Hopefully, he doesn't remember that conversation later.
You can move on. All
But
right. Yeah, he's kind of stumbling around. You know.
yeah, I'm gonna help walk him home.
Okay. He's indifferent. So you guys finish your dinner. You clean up. He helps clean up. And you want to walk him home immediately, or do you want to clean first?
I'll clean up now. I'll let him rest, like lay down, eat
Okay.
more if he needs to.
He drinks more wine.
Oh my god!
You want to stop him?
Well, how much did he drink?
He's drinking another pint right now. You see him chugging the wineskin.
Pops, I need that. That's also medicine.
uh, alright, he didn't get too drunk from drinking it, but he drank a total of 4 pints, and you're down to 5 pints of wine left. He ate 2 pounds of beef, you ate 1 pound of beef. Let's see.
I don't eat beef. I don't eat beef.
Oh,
I
you
don't
didn't
eat
eat it?
beef.
So you ate vegetables and fruits. He ate 1 pound of vegetables, You ate a pound of vegetables for dinner.
Mm.
So a lot of vegetables, a big salad. That's what you ate. And then he ate the
Some
same
fruit
thing.
maybe.
You ate like half a pound of fruit, maybe with your father. Um, you guys shared some fruits. You cut up the fruit together and ate apples and such. So you got 3.5 pounds of food. And let's see. Beef wise, you didn't eat any beef. He ate 2 pounds. So you got 2.5 pounds of beef left. And then he used half the garlic. So there's only 0.5 garlic left.
Okay.
And he didn't use any of the grain. He filled up on beef. So
Perfect.
okay. So your dad is, drunk right now. You clean up that picnic. You guys had dinner for a good hour talking about life and your job, and of course how he doesn't want you to leave, and says like he misses your mother, he misses you, and then you want to take him home?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna take him home. I'm gonna try to keep the wine as far away from him as possible.
Okay, you try to take the wine. Let's see how he reacts when you try to take his wine or your wine back. He's indifferent. He doesn't care. So you take the wine. You walk him to his home, and when you get inside, of course, he says, like, Kyo, do you have a place to stay? You are homeless, by the way. You have no house.
I I can stay at
You can stay at the temple, or
the temple, or can I rent a room at the tavern or something?
yeah, you can get an inn room. You can go at the temple. You can camp outside. But your dad is letting you sleep in his room. He spreads the blankets and he's sleeping on the floor with the blankets,
Oh
but he has more blankets.
no! It's okay. I already bought a place. I bought
He
a room
shakes his
at the
head
inn.
and like it's already late, so he just picks you up and puts you on the bed and then goes to sleep on the floor.
I'm gonna like grab like the blankets he set out, and I'm just gonna like put it on him, like
And
put a pillow under his head while he's like really drunk, and then
yep,
I'm just gonna head over to the tavern.
all right, that's fine. So you leave, and on your way out, right through these buildings and such, you see a few
Can I
villagers
leave? Can I leave him
concerned.
some vegetables or something? Sorry, like some
Oh,
food.
yeah. How much food you want to leave your father?
Tiny bit, just like a half a pound, just a little bit, something.
So 3 pounds of
Maybe
food?
like just half a pound of something.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Have a pound of meat.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay. So you lay out half a pound of meat on his desk. It's carefully wrapped, but it will spoil, if you leave it out in the open for too long. So
Yeah.
they have of course, a freezer. So if you want medieval freezer in the farmhouse, you can take it there and tell the
Yeah,
other farmers that it's for your dad. So
yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
okay.
Whenever available, but I'll just head to the tavern for now, I guess.
But upon exiting the room, there were actually some villagers or farmers outside, particularly an old lady who kind of slaps you across the face and says, "You whore! What are you doing with my husband?" Right? And looks like your dad remarried. This is his new wife.
Oh, I'm so sorry, miss. That's my father.
She
Damn, the
grabs you
Uh,
by
plot
your hair,
thickens.
right, and drags you out of the farmhouse. You tell her
oh,
that that's your
shit.
dad. Let's see if she believes you. She does not believe you. She like just screams and says, "You whore, you dirty whore! Get my man drunk, and you know, use him in his room." She's so mad at you.
I'm
She
a
throws you out.
nun. I'm a nun. You can let's head to the temple if you want. I'm a nun.
And the men are kind of laughing, right? It's her two sons. They're both teenagers, but they help throw you out of the house. And a nun who drinks wine and carries a drunk man home and doesn't work at the temple and
Can I
carries weapons and armor.
Yes. I know all the nuns. I've grown up here.
The wife is angry at you. She spits at you and walks back into the house. And the two teenagers, they say, "Let's have our way with her." They nod. Like they start kicking at you. You wanna run, or the two guys? They're kicking and beating you because you, of course, got with their father.
I of course got with their father. What? Oh, yeah. I just like sprint over to the tavern.
All right, you run or you try to, and they like kick rocks and throw stones at you as you leave. You like pick up all your stuff and leave. Right, you're all a mess. They always beat the shit out of you, right? But you ran away. Okay. So some random woman walks into their house, right, with their father. Then, your old father, your real, I mean, you were his original kid, but he's got new kids now. So, all right, you're back in the village. You're beat up a little bit, scraped, dirty. You go to the tavern. This is not the inn though, but we'll put a pause in your scene and go to Dren's scene.
Yeah.
All right, Dren, you're at the tavern. You've been talking to the locals here. You ate a meal here. You've been asking for jobs. Where do you want to go from here?
I'm going to see if I can find Kyo.
Oh, yeah. You said you would go to the markets, right? So you went to the markets,
Yeah.
and the markets are closing soon. It's about, because you left the tavern and you went to the market, so it's maybe an hour or two before it closes. Some parts will stay open, but most will close.
Okay, so clearly she's not going to be at the markets. I'm gonna shoot. There's no way that I could know where she's at. Fuck. I'm just gonna go back to the tavern and get a room because it's getting late and I'll probably have a better chance of finding her at the temple tomorrow.
That's where she usually works in her off time. Okay. So Dren, you go back to the tavern. You can't really sleep at the tavern, but
Yeah.
there's an inn not far from it you can sleep at.
Yeah, I'll go to the inn.
Okay. So you go to the inn, and it's the you go to the Sleeping Toad Inn. So
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get a room and I'm gonna ask the innkeeper if they've seen woman. I'm gonna describe Kyo to them, and I'm
Okay.
gonna ask them if they've seen a cleric woman named Kyo come in.
Alright, so you made your way to the inn, to the streets at this time of day. People are getting off their shifts of work, going home, going to dinner. You're making your way through the streets from the markets, which you did not spend too much time at. You just kind of surveyed the area, but you saw no signs of her. And you're at the inn now. You walk inside, you ask about if anyone named Kyo came around. You describe her, right? A holy soldier, a woman, a nun, right? Um, is there anything else you want to offer for descriptions?
I would say she was like 5 something.
Yeah, so a tall woman, maybe. And then, yeah, let's see how they react. The innkeeper is not certain. He says he can keep an eye open for her, but no one named Kyo or appearing like Kyo came through tonight.
Okay.
It's about 6 p.m.
Um,
when you get there.
I'll tell them that if she happens to make her way into the inn, to let me know or let her know where I'm at, because I have
Oh, by the way, you
information
haven't
about a
paid your
job.
tab at the tavern, by the way. You gotta pay your tab, I forgot.
Oh yeah, I'll pay my tab before I head out.
Okay, it was a extravagant meal, and that costed a total of 3 coppers for the meal then. It was one of the best, or it was only, yeah, 2 coppers for the meal. So it was a fine meal. And then, of course, the cider was, um, the ale was about, the ale was really cheap. It was 1 copper, and the cider itself. And they give you, of course, a pitcher to refill. You got like, because 1 copper is usually about 2 to 3 ales at the tavern at least. In the markets, it's even cheaper if you buy at the markets. The apple cider costs 1 copper, just the cider though. You don't get any refills. So you lost a total
Yeah,
of 4 coppers when you were at the tavern.
that's fine.
Okay, so you're at 16. All right. The innkeeper will keep an eye open for your Kyo, and then if she comes by, he'll let her know that you went looking for her. So that's about it.
Okay.
-1 penalty. He seems kind enough. It looks like he's willing to help you. Where do you want to go from here,
Awesome.
Dren?
I'm just gonna hang out here for a little while
Oh, at the inn. Okay.
before going to my room.
Do you want to buy a room here for the night?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Common stay, right? Like shared bedrooms. You just have a bed. It's 1 copper, but if you went in a private room, it's 2 coppers.
I'll do a private room.
Okay. So it's a 5 foot by 5 foot private room, and room and breakfast is included. So breakfast is included in the morning.
Okay. Perfect. That works. Yeah, and I'll just hang out here for a little while. Hopefully, if she got a room here, I'll run into her. If not, then I'll head to my room.
Okay. I accidentally took money off of Jeebus. Let's take it off you. 30. It was 40 minus 4. It's 36 minus 2 just now. It's 34 left. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to so you just wait for Kyo at the end if she comes by. But Kyo went to the tavern. So Kyo, you walk into the tavern. People are here for dinner. They're drinking already. They're eating. They're enjoying themselves after a day of hard work. What would you like to do?
Would I know anyone from like my childhood or anything that would like work here or anything? Like, is there anyone that like I know? I'm just kidding.
Sure, maybe. We'll do a knowledge check here. Observe the local crowd around you for anyone that you recognize. You don't recognize anyone at the moment. So you don't seem to know anyone. Maybe charisma might help. Let's see. For charisma, we'll say if you have high charisma, of course, you
I think it's 10.
10. Okay, so average. So
Alright.
basically, you look at a random person and see if they're at least kind to you. Alright. Most people, the crowd is indifferent to you. You're kind of a stranger in these parts. You haven't been here in a while. So, you don't really recognize anyone tonight.
Okay. Um. Well, I just walked around. I don't know. I guess I'm probably just gonna ask about a room or like where to get a room, just 'cause it's getting late.
Alright. Who would you like to ask? There's plenty of villagers here.
Probably bartender
The
or
bartender?
something.
Alright, you go up to the bartender who's a young man. He says, oh, you need a place to stay? Sleeping Toad Inn, 1 copper a night for a common room bed. If you want your own room, private rooms are 2 coppers.
Oh, really? Okay,
Hmm?
that sounds perfect. You,
Yeah, just
could you
right down
get
the
me
street.
just right down the street?
Hmm. Yeah, if you take a left from here, you'll see a sign with a Sleeping Toad. That's the Sleeping Toad Inn.
Okay, thank you so much. That was really helpful. I'll be sure to come by. I am a nun after all, so I can't really drink, but you know,
We have no alcoholic drinks, and we have dinner here if you want. You can smell this place. It smells really good. It smells like cinnamon, pork, and apple pie.
uh, like how scraped up did it get? Cause like if I can ask if they have like any like bandages or anything, you know.
We have a bathhouse if you want.
Yeah, I would love to go just like super fast, just so I can like clean up.
Sure. He takes you to the back side of the tavern. Or he doesn't take you there. He has a woman take you there. One of the tavern maidens takes you out to the back where there's an outdoor bathhouse, kind of, right? It's blocked up by fencing, of course, but you go through the tavern into the backside, the yard, and there's a woman's side and a male side, which you'll of course go to the female side, and she shows
Yeah.
you to where you can, of course, um, take off your gear and store it in a store box. She locks it for you and gives you a little tag. You turn on the tag to, of course, get your stuff back. There's a guard here. Uh, he doesn't enter the bathhouse area, but he stands outside the door in case any trouble happens, of course, between either of them. The guard is armed with a crossbow. It's not loaded, though. It's unloaded, of course. He just kind of greets the two of you. Good evening, ladies. And you walk in there, in the locker room. You lock your stuff up. By the way, the bathhouse does cost money. Is that okay? It's 1 copper for a bath.
Copper, that's okay.
Okay. So you walk into the public bath. It's cold water. But besides the cold water, there's a sauna, right? So, in the middle between the two fences, you can go in there to warm up if you get too cold, and then you can jump into the water. They've got oils out here you can use to wash yourself. They've got cloths, like towels and such.
I'm trying to get like as squeaky clean as possible.
Okay,
You know.
you
Yeah.
wash yourself, and I'm gonna see if there's anyone else here. Okay, you're alone, so it's just
Okay.
you bathing. All right, as you bathe, we'll go to Dren's scene. So Dren, you've been waiting at the inn for a while. You know, it's just like a hotel and inn, a medieval inn. People are leaving, coming in and out. You see a young man and two women walking in, right, going to their room together. You want to do anything here, aside from wait?
Um. Hmm. That cider that I got was an alcoholic or no?
It was, yeah. You got a light buzz off of it.
Hmm.
And alcohol, of course, makes characters very happy, increases their morale or recreation. So,
I'm gonna go back to the tavern. I'm gonna get a bottle for myself,
okay,
and I'll bring it back with me.
very well. As you exit, a couple men are standing outside smoking. Um, they offer you a pipe, or they offer you some pipe weed if you want. You can smoke with them. Just two older gentlemen out at the inn. You're a strong fighter,
Yeah.
and they recognize that. Like, evening, sir. Would you like a whiff? They pass you the pipe.
It would be rude of me not to take one, especially considering that two gentlemen are offering. Yeah, I'll take a whiff.
Okay, let me run token. Delete. Alright, so we'll just use these tokens to represent them. As you smoke their pipe, they just share the same pipe together. They're just older gentlemen, maybe in their 30s. They ask, what do you do for a living? If you don't mind us asking.
I'm gonna. Well, I travel and seek adventure and fortune, and I try to fight to earn my keep, pretty much.
Also, yeah, you fight. Who do you fight?
Well, it depends on what we run across. Recently, I haven't ran across anything too dangerous. But I did come from Sir Tanky escorting um, a cleric woman, a nun, if you will, who had business here. And I recently found out of some undead to the north, and I will be talking to her about that, and hopefully she will agree to go with me to fend off some undead.
They kind of laugh at what you say, right? When you say that last part. Fend off one dead. You planted much into the mountains north of you. You're crazy. They laugh again, right? Well, good luck with that. And you pass the pipe back as he kind of reaches for it, and they smoke some more. And they just kind of go back to their conversation. They don't really show any more interest in you. So,
Yeah, I pass it back and I make my way back to the tavern.
okay. Back to Kyo. Kyo, you are bathing yourself. Anything else you want to do as you bathe yourself, or are you gonna move on?
I mean, is there anything to do? Like,
Uh, you can think. You can go to the
mm,
sauna. It's your choice. Do whatever you want, but you're almost done bathing. If you want to be done, you can be done.
I'll just pray for a second, then head out like real fast. I'm fine.
All right. So the water's, of course, just cool. It's not super cold. It's just cool, right? It's outdoor bathhouse. You just are sitting in it. You pray, and then of course, you can hear men in the other bathhouse. They're making a lot of noise now, like splashing water and being loud.
Yeah.
All right. You've prayed. You've washed yourself, and now you can go back to the tavern and get some food if you want.
Yeah. I might just I think I'm full of food and everything.
Yeah, you are.
If I
You
could
ate
just
a
like,
large meal, so.
yeah, if I could just like, it's like, do I have any water on me? Like, if I could just get more water or something.
There's water in the tavern you can get, so.
Can I
There's
store it
actually probably
anywhere?
water out here too, so. I mean, there's plenty of water out here. You're in a bathhouse, but you probably don't want to drink that water.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'll just like head up, I guess.
Okay. So you walk out of the water. By the way, the water is like running water. It's like a creek, so it's it flows down into the local river, right? So, but it's running water, and you just wash yourself in it, and then you move on. So, fortunately, the female side's on the left side, so you have the fresher water, right? The water flows east, southeast into the male side. They guys, the males get the dirty water, I guess. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's not super
Fine
dirty, but
then.
it's not as clean as if they were further upstream. Okay.
I'll just
Anyway,
like poke my head out, make sure nobody's like coming out, and then I'll like
yeah,
just go out to grab water. Yeah.
get some water. Dren, you made it to the tavern. Upon arriving, you want to go to the bar and order a drink, the bottle, or something else.
Yeah.
Alright, so you approach the bar. You see the same barkeeper there. He's like, good evening again. What can I get you?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm. How much is a bottle of ale?
Bottle of ale. We don't really sell bottles. We have pitchers. We have tankards, pints. It makes sense. We're a tavern, a bar, so we don't really sell the bottles. But I suppose if I
Well,
did sell you a bottle, you have to pay for
yeah,
the bottle.
I
Yeah,
was hoping to purchase something that I could take back to the inn with me, so I could drink in my room.
sure. It's gonna cost 2 coppers. 1 copper for the clay bottle and 1 copper for all the ale. You'll get 5 pints in it.
Okay, fair enough.
Half a gallon of ale. Alright. He brings you a large bottle, right? It's about half a gallon. So it's got 5 pints of ale in it. Price is, uh, it's actually 3 coppers. Yeah. Naturally, they sell it a little more expensive than the market does. So the bottle itself, he's selling it for 2 copper, and then the ale within it is 1 copper. So about 4 or 5ish pints of ale in there. Half a gallon. I think a gallon's 8 pints. So about 4 pints of ale in the bottle.
Yeah, I will buy the ale.
Okay, 3 coppers. Yeah, 31.
And
You have yeah, bottle.
how
And
much? How much for a tankard? Or a mug?
you wanna buy like the actual mug, or do you wanna like to keep?
Yeah, that way I can have it with me.
They sell a tankard here for 1 copper.
I'll toss him an extra copper for the
It's a
for the
cheap
mug.
tankard. It's just all made of wood. But if you want a fine tankard like with metal, it's gonna cost 2 coppers.
You know what? I'll get fancy with it. I'll get one that costs 2 coppers.
All right, so there's the light tankards, which are 1 copper, and there's the actual tankard, right, like reinforced with metal and such. The inside is probably metal too, and then wood surrounding it. So it's 2 coppers for that. So you got yourself a normal or standard tankard rather than a cheap one. Most of the tankards here are cheap. They're just wood, completely wood.
Awesome.
Okay, cost 2 coppers, so you're down at 29. If you got yourself a tankard.
Yeah, and then I'll pour myself a drink, and then I'll drink it before heading out.
All right, drink at the bar. As you're drinking, you see a familiar face, right? Hugh re-enters the tavern, right? Her hair is still wet. She probably used the bathhouse here. There's a washroom, there's a bathhouse, there's gaming rooms, there's private rooms, there's the fire area. Tavern's pretty decent sized, right?
Oh, I've been looking for you, Kyo.
Oh, oh, hi, How are you? I'm sorry I couldn't find you.
Yeah,
My
I was looking
apologies.
for you. I didn't know where you went, but it's okay. You're here now.
I had dinner with my father.
Oh, how'd that go?
Uh, well, it was good. He got a little bit drunk. Brought him home, and I guess he got remarried because my mother's passed, and she did not take too kindly of me. Thought I was, I guess it's complicated, but. And I thought, oh, I got a little scraped up, as I don't know if you can tell, but I just went to the bathhouse for a little bit, and I was gonna go to the something Frog Inn. I can't remember, but it
Oh,
was.
yeah. I got a room there.
Oh,
Um,
perfect. I'll go in too.
I did have some stuff that I wanted to talk to you about for work, if you were
Just
interested.
yeah, just let me know.
It pays very well.
You
A
know
lot of the
where?
time.
Do you know where Jeebus is? Have you seen him?
I have not seen him actually.
Okay, because I haven't seen him since noon time, so I don't know,
Did
but
you did you piss him off?
I don't think so. I hope not. Maybe he'll find his way to the inn tonight, and we'll catch up there. But I just wanted to
Okay.
check in. I haven't seen him at all, so I was just wondering.
Okay.
What kind of
Well,
work are you looking for?
how do you feel about taking care of undead?
Well, I would love to bring peace to everybody, the undead, everything. They all deserve peace.
Okay, because I heard of um this temple to the north that has a lot of undead.
I would love to go. As long as you don't act in a violent way, I would love to take care of them in any way that the temple sees fit.
Well, um, I've heard that um your temple actually has taken the heads of people that have passed away in the past and puts them to rest properly. So that's essentially what we would be doing. We would be clearing out the undead and bringing back some remains for them to bless them and you know give them a proper send off, I guess.
I mean, I was too young, I'm pretty sure, to go through those practices, but if that's what happens, I will gladly help perform and uh, do anything I can to do it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very willing. What's the pay like? Do you know?
Well, I was hoping that we could go to um your temple in the morning
That's good.
and ask them, and we would need more people to come with us. I don't think two of us could uh, handle undead alone.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, yeah, that works. I do have plenty of food for our group um, on the road because I kind of had a little spree. It's nothing much. I still have some beef and everything. And it was pretty costly, but
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
I
I'm
uh,
pretty beat, honestly.
I did buy this ale recently.
I have some wine.
I figured. Well, I mean, I'm drinking. You're probably using yours for medical purposes. So I'm drinking mine.
Oh, okay, no worries. That's totally fine. Well, I don't know about you. I'm pretty beat. Would you want to head back to the inn? Maybe we
Yeah,
might find Jimmy's there.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna make. I was actually. That's. I just came to the tavern to get this drink real quick, and I was gonna make my way back because I'm pretty beat myself.
Perfect. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. So I will take our cleric to the inn where I got my room at.
Okay. So you take the cleric with you. Kyo, you go with him to the Sleeping Toad
Yeah,
Inn.
of course.
And the two of you get there, and of course, if you want, you can share a room. You get a private room, but it's only one bed. And then, of course, if you want your own room, it's 2 coppers.
If she wanted, she could take the bed and I would sleep on the floor.
I mean, yeah, I'm worried about Jeebus, you know?
Well, he's already disbanded.
Eh,
The adventure's over, right? So you guys are in your off time.
yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
think
then
I think he was more concerned about just leaving.
getting the money and going.
Yeah.
He might be back next week, but his time of adventure has come to an end, right? Yours is coming to an end after you guys are done, right? Settling in. So to celebrate, you guys want to get your own rooms, or you guys want to share a room?
I'm fine with sharing, I don't mind.
Okay.
The costs.
And you guys share the bed, or do you guys split? One person on the floor.
I mean, I can sleep on the floor. It doesn't matter.
I think for like my connections to the church, I should keep it to myself.
Yeah. All right. Probably. If you were not a cleric, then you could do whatever. But you're a cleric, so.
I know if I wasn't, I'd be like, fuck it, you know, I don't care.
All right. So
Yeah.
you get some sleep,
I'll do
and
I'll do the gentleman thing and sleep on the floor.
uh, besides this, you guys spend some time in the village to enjoy your gold. So part of Golden Glory is you do go out to hunt monsters to get gold, so that you can uh, live a glorious life, right? Or enjoy moments of glory, like drinking a ton or doing some fun activities in the village, right? So, but besides this, we have played for over 3 hours now, so we should probably call it quits tonight, and we can play again next weekend. So,
Yep.
yep. Thanks for playing, guys.
Sick.
Hope you had fun. You have plenty of extra money for next time if you need a resupply. I think 29 coppers on Dren still, and 25 coppers on Keo, so decent amount of money still. Alright, thanks for playing,
Yeah.
and
All
have a
right.
good night.
All right,
See
you
you next
too.
weekend.